Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FSL Dota 2 Open Tree. We are here with your grand finals. It's me, Otomo, and with me is it's me,
That's
Omo,
you.
and with me
Yes.
is Otomo once again. Our names are too similar. I get it mixed up in my head.
I mean that's the same. Like I bet our parents are like, which one's my son? I don't know. They're just the
Can't
same
tell us
person.
apart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
two alike. Yeah,
Two peas in a pod.
we are in the finals of the game. It's going to be Foxy
Yes.
Gaming against Terminator. Terminator looks really strong. Foxy Gaming though come off a pretty big win against Pacific
Yeah.
Pink right just now.
Very hard fought wins though. They had to sweep the series around. They
Mm.
had to play a hard fought game too that went to 80 minutes. They might be a bit tired, I think, coming to these games, but we'll see what they have left in the tank going up against a team like Terminator, who are so solid and you said have not dropped a single game yet.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we want to thank the people who made this possible. This is an all-women tournament, and it's amazing of Yahoo and Intel to make sure that these women have a chance to compete, show off their skills in a professional setting, and it has been great so far. Like you can
Yeah.
tell that there's a lot of talent in this area, and congrats! I mean, like awesome of these two sponsors to make sure it's possible.
Yeah, definitely. And I do believe we are in the draft already, so let's take a look. I think you're gonna like what you see here from Terminator, Otomo. It's the
Ooh.
Sand King Mirana duo that they showed off yesterday.
And one of the things I thought would be a good way to combat that is either by taking a carry who can turn magic immune, or by having
Hmm.
some sort of an
10
Abaddon or an
seconds
Omni
remaining.
Knight, something with dispels. And Foxy goes with the Abaddon idea. They
5
might still
seconds
consider
remaining.
going with a carry who can go magic immune. Like you don't have to have one answer; you can have two multiple
Yeah, just
answers.
to be safe, right?
And Foxy also taking off with the Lion, so you kind of reveal your supports. It's going to be like pretty aggressive off lane with a very passive position 5. Terminator, though, that's the 3 and 4. You know it's a dangerous lane. You already know what you're up against there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
About
looking at the draft right now, I think, do you think the bans are giving us any
Dire
clues? What I
team
do
ban.
like is the Undying and the Medusa both being banned away.
even the Mars was
Hmm.
was played very effectively by Foxy Gaming,
Radiant
whereas
team ban.
they take away the Lina, which is Terminator. We know they can play it as a 4 and they can play it as a 2. It's just a very dangerous hero to go up against. And they have to also take up any hero that can just is tanky and can fight. Monkey King, you get a couple of stacks with a Jingu, you throw a Boundless Strike. Yeah, you're alive. You don't really
10
care.
seconds
So
remaining. Radiant
that's a good hero
team
to take away.
pick.
Ursa's as well, just because you press R later on, you're immune to damage. Even in the laning stage was a very big fuzzy bear, hard to bring down.
Dire team
Big
pick.
fuzzy bear, but hard to bring down. Yeah, definitely the case here. Terminator, Ogre Magi, the flex pick, coming right back in here.
That's such a crazy thing to say, by the way. It's like, oh my god, the flexible ogre magi. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a Terminator special.
that which it is true actually. Like they played it on
10
a
seconds
couple of
remaining.
roles so far, so it's something to be worried about. I mean, they usually play it mid. I say a
5
couple of like the
seconds
hero
remaining.
standard 5, but they play it mid, and they can flex it back to position 5. So you have to be a bit worried if you're Foxy Gaming.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see what Foxy Gaming want to do here. What is their answer to what they've seen so far? If they want to go for a mid pick, it needs to be something that's versatile and can play against Ogre as well. So a lot of things they need to consider. Mirana pretty locked into position 4, Sand King pretty locked into position 3, right? So we're not expecting those to change.
Yeah, and the thing is, if it's Ogre Magi mid, though, that we've talked about this before, that does give you a bit of an opening in that you can take something that's a bit of aggressive mid laner and go for kills, or you can outgreed the greed and go with the Doom, which
Outgreed the greed. I like that.
I'll be honest, I don't, because every time we see the Doom mid with the Midas build up,
Yeah.
like it feels way too much. Like the hero just doesn't do anything, and
Yeah.
uh, they give the enemy such a big opening when you're playing basically 4 versus 3 in the mid lane with both carries farming and the
Dire
enemy mid
team
laner as
pick.
well. They go with the Doom.
Well, there we go. They're trying to outgreed the greed. I mean, the Doom is still a flexible pick, right? Could still go to position 3. We'll have to see how this one pans out.
To be fair, even if he goes to position 3, like you really need a fighting hero. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
10
Like
seconds
because you got
remaining.
Abaddon.
Radiant team
Oh, here we
pick.
go. Who's it gonna be? They go with the Ember, so it's gonna be a 3. Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
That's pretty interesting, showing it this early on. What kind of a pos 1 do you think they have waiting in the works here? A lot of
That's
melee costs so far, right?
uh, I think that would be the way. Like I said, I want something with magic immunity. A life stealer seems
10
pretty good.
seconds
You have the
remaining.
Ember Spirit and the Doom. I was saying, do you want a really fight
5
heavy mid
seconds
laner? Ember
remaining.
Spirit's perfect for that. And Lena's banned, so he's the best mid laner out there with the Lena, and she's gone. Doom, yes, we can fight as offlane, but
Dire
a
team
lot of times
battle.
Kappa is the same as the mid lane Doom. You get a minus
Ooh.
sometimes. You spend a lot of your time devouring. Doom has a long cooldown, so you're not really fight ready all the time.
Wraith King being picked up here, do you think is the answer to the Doom and the finger?
Definitely. Like
Yeah.
one of the worst things about
10 seconds
like it
remaining.
being doomed is that you're like, oh, I die and I can do
Radiant
nothing.
team
Wraith King's like,
battle.
doom me. Like do me. Come on, bro. Just do me. Just at my face. Just do me as early as you, as much as you want. And Wraith King's perfect for that. So very annoying for the doom to deal with. You have to doom someone else. And honestly, the rest aren't even worth dooming most of the
Yeah.
time. Like
Yeah, that's definitely true.
10
Sand
seconds
King will
remaining.
epicenter blink in and bro strike. At that point, you doom him and she'll be like, "All
5
right, I already
seconds
epied."
remaining.
Well, it's the same thing as last game, right? You just have to doom the supports, I guess. Just doom the Mirana.
Or can you imagine dooming Ogre Magi, who literally doesn't? He's
Yeah.
like so chunky that you can't kill
Yeah.
him.
Big chunker, yeah, for sure.
Well, Foxy is banning out mid lanes they don't want to play against. They think it's a 5 Ogre. I wonder if that's a 5 Ogre does mean that you have
Dire team
difficulty
battle.
with catching the Ember Spear unless you get a mid laner who can do that for you. So I don't know. Ember Spirit seems like he's gonna have a relatively free game. If one stun lands, he's dead.
Radiant team
But
battle.
getting that first stun is gonna be very
Dire
difficult.
team pick.
Okay, let's see what the last pick is to round this one out. It's still a +1 pick, right? So we'll have to see what they have in store here.
I do like the Bat of the Terrorblade because that's the closest hero to a Wraith King as you can get, but farms more efficiently. With the Sunder, you also have 2 lives. Medusa's out, Luna's
10
out,
seconds remaining.
Monkey King and Ursa are out. Lifestealer's still in the pool. Juggernaut's still. I don't think
5
Juggernaut's
seconds
actually a hero.
remaining.
Every time I say Juggernaut's in the pool, then I never see him. I'm like, all right, he's probably not a thing anymore. Tiny as a carry is still in the pool, but that hero fell off huge after TI.
Yep. So that's probably not a big option here. We'll see what they have in store for us. I mean, do you feel like they need something range? Because they're also melee right now, running into the epicenter and whatnot. Isn't that going to be pretty annoying for them?
If you pick range, your lane is going to be very difficult because
Oh, that's
Abaddon
true.
is going
Yeah.
to suffer. Like Abaddon could
Yeah.
save a melee person with a shield,
Radiant team
but he can't save
pick.
himself, and they go with the gyro. Okay,
Okay, gyrocopter here. What do you think about this one? That's interesting.
he's almost melee himself, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of like it because you get that melee range combo that you
10
want
seconds
with the flat
remaining.
cannon. She'll probably be in the front lines a little bit herself, so she's gonna take a few
5
few hits,
seconds
which means
remaining.
Abaddon's shield feels better to save her. I kind of like it. It's not bad.
All right, so let's see what's gonna be the last pick here. Gonna be the mid laner, I think, from the side of Terminator. What do we think it's gonna be?
I mean, is it gonna be a
Puck
mid
Fenway.
laner or is it gonna
Oh,
be?
that's true. Yeah, that's true. The ogres could still go mid. I keep forgetting about that. Just assume it's a +5.
I
Let's see
think
what's gonna.
Disruptor would be pretty good. Silencer
Mhm.
is also not bad, but Disruptor, if it's gonna be position 5, I feel like it's gonna be the Disruptor. Silencer is another hero that I keep mentioning and no one cares about, but Disruptor, you can glimpse back the Ember Spirit. Anyone who glimpse back the Abaddon Shield is useless.
Yeah.
You don't really care. Like I'm gonna glimpse you no matter what you do. Solid laner against the line as well. Like you can trade pretty well against. Yeah, I think Disruptor is pretty solid.
All right, so let's see if it's gonna be a disruptor. They did play that earlier today, right? It was Terminator playing the disruptor, right? To great effect.
Yes, they had a weak lane, and I think it was Disruptor and
Yeah, disruptor Morphling, I think it was.
yeah, they were able to do a good job with it. Terminator taking their time
Yeah.
with this though. They want to make sure that they go with the best draft for themselves, not just pick. Oh, here we go. What's it gonna be?
Choose your hero.
Death Prophet mid here, so that's gonna be against the Amber. How do you feel about that matchup?
I mean, it can be pretty annoying to the Ember Spirit. The good thing for him is that Ember Spirit now they max out a lot of the Flame Guard, so that's helpful. But Death Prophet will be able to get last hits thanks to and harass with the Crypt Swarm. She's ranged, so Ember Spirit is going to suffer as well from the right clicks. And you look at like sort of their lineup; they have 3 people who want to play not exactly melee like Doom and Ember Spirit. They're sort of in and out at fights, but she's gonna have great Spirit Siphon targets in fights. Her ultimate's also, if you're ahead, Death Prophet's amazing because you can just take buildings. And this is a great fighting lineup. Like, this is really good fighting lineup. Death Prophet, if she ulties, you can't doom her. Wraith King, you don't want to doom him anyway. Sand King Epicenter jumps in. Don't want to doom him. Like who are you dooming? There's no one.
Mirana, it's really just not Olga for sure as well, right? So it's just Mirana.
So the Doom pick feels very nullified, and the Doom pick is important because that's your offlaner. That's the guy who's supposed to really make space for you.
And it's just odd, right? Because both games we've seen Doom today, it just seems like he gets so counted in the
Prepare
draft
for battle.
that he doesn't really have many options to play with. We'll see how it goes this time around for the side of Team Foxy Gaming.
Yeah, I'm pretty heavy into liking Terminator's draft a little bit more here. They do. I mean, Nana could be a bit early. Like we see her do very well on this Medusa. On
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say Luna, but she actually just picked Medusa twice. But she's good on those farming cores because she really knows how to play the late game well. But if your team's gonna suffer, you know, it's tough. It's just tough. Medusa,
It is tough.
Gyrocopter Doom is a tough combo to play with.
Yeah, not gonna be easy for sure. I think we will be starting pretty soon with these teams just giving each other their warm regards, some good sportsmanship. We love to see that. Of course, this is the grand finals of the FSL Dota 2 Open 3. So they've come a long way to get here, right? They had to go through many other opponents, and these are really two of the best teams we have here in SEA. Let's see what they have in store.
I like the logos of both teams. Foxy Gaming has a really cool logo. Terminator's
I
logo.
see that.
Oh, it's Oh, actually,
Go
no.
take a look. I have the client open as well. Let me go take a look at the Terminator. That's so cute. That's not what I would think of at all when I think of Terminator. It just doesn't add up.
Right? That's what I was gonna go with that. I was like, Foxy Gaming. It's a fox. It has their name. It's like it's a really good logo describing what they are. The other team has like some sort of weird robot, animal, fluffy thing, and it's cute, but I don't know how that says Terminator.
Yeah, it doesn't really add up, huh? Well, we'll see. We'll see.
And I like when you go into enemy base. There's like 3 of them, and you're like,
30 seconds to
I
battle.
don't get it.
Well, their gameplay is the Terminator. They are very oppressive in game to play against.
That is true. That's where they bring it out. That's where they terminate the enemies. You know. Overall, though, I just favor the Radiant draft a lot more.
I love this Doom skin.
It's
Look at
great.
the horns coming out, the effects around him. The golden mask, the sword, everything here is great.
Why is
great skin?
Why is one side of his horns much longer than the other? You know.
Yeah, you know,
The
we don't ask
battle
these questions, you
begins.
know. I think it's deeply personal, very sensitive question for Doom.
Wow, that is a good steal. And,
Yeah, good little steal walks in, snatches that one right away.
Foxy Gaming starting off with 3 bounties, and that's good. Like that's important. That's important for them to have a solid laning stage because if they fall behind, they can get snowballed very heavily.
Yep, for sure, for sure. Let's see how this one plays out, right? We do expect a lot from the Sand King Mirana lane, right? That's what we talked about when they played yesterday as well. Once they get on top of you, they're just gonna chunk you out so hard. And this gyro, like you said, basically melee as well, has to be very careful with that.
I think that's a benefit for them. You know, if the gyro is almost melee. Wow, that's a lot.
Wow,
of
that's
damage.
a lot of damage, yeah. No salve available as well, just gets chunked out by Honey Lisa, who, like we said, has been playing so well yesterday on the Undying as well. Oh, sorry, earlier today on the Undying as well.
No orb of venom on Honey Lisa though.
Yeah.
That would help because you can take like one point of Curse of Avernus, and then you can like really harass. Like you can see that Mirana, the guy does not want to come close. And by the way, the sentry, that's a courier. That's a courier. That's a courier. It doesn't want.
Not gonna go for the courier?
Goes for the courier.
Okay, he's gonna get it in time. That's gonna be fine. They get the combo. The Photic Shield gonna help save a bit of damage, but not gonna dispel it in time. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Look at the damage dealt. Just basically his entire health bar. And both side lanes now winning for the side of Terminator.
By the way, that costs just 100 mana for each of them. You know, like 100 mana to get her down to less than half HP. By the way, one good thing that Honey Lisa did do was that she put a sentry into her own big camp to block it. This means that Mirana. Oh, what the?
Oh no, Mirana kind of gets caught out right now. Gyro will just take it down. She's in a very tricky position, so gets punished rightfully. That's
Very
very
well played.
unfortunate turn to what was going pretty well for them.
Very well played by Honey Lisa. And again, I want to praise the sentry ward in the big camp. This way, Mirana doesn't go and just arrows like a wild wing creep or a big tomato. Gives her a lot of XP and gold. So denying that, like you done it for yourself as well, but denying it for the enemy is a huge deal.
Yeah, especially against Mirana, right?
Yeah. Alright, Raid King's farming pretty well. Just has to make sure she hits level 6 before the Doom. Then it's like you really don't care.
Yeah, especially laning directly into the Doom. Don't want to give him any chances to come and Doom you. Well, maybe if Lion manages to drain all his mana, maybe that's something you can look out for.
Gil actually doing pretty solid amount of damage. I mean, that's something you could do, is put more points in the mana drain, but the problem is, oh there, that's another slow.
Yeah,
Sorry
it's
about
a
that.
lot of mana being drained away.
I'm getting like hiccups for some reason. The problem with mana drain is that the value point is level 4. Like, you get 20, 40, 60, then so you think, oh, level 4 is 80. It's like, no, 20, 40, 60, 120. So, like, you want the value point at 4. You don't want that. Oh, dear.
Yeah, huge spike in
No,
the amount of mana you can drain, right? But it's gonna be a while before he gets there.
Because if it was like 30, 60, 90, you could take like 2 points and you'll be happy. Oh, honey Lisa.
Honey Lisa just being so aggressive, has the silence. I mean, this Abaddon is just basically single-handedly getting control of this lane. And we talked about how that is the counter, right? He's really making it work here.
That's
He
the lead.
invested. But it's worth it because you get the courier.
Oh dear, Hazel.
Oh. Okay, Hazel doesn't quite have to use his Power Strike to get away, but in a bit of a slippery situation. Only one leap charge left as well for Ugia here.
No, all used actually.
Oh, all used! Oh
done.
man, then she's gonna be in a bit of a tough situation.
Needs to be about 20 seconds. Oh, Hazel, you know, be careful. This is just, Honey Lisa has done an incredible job in doing this. And we've seen an Abaddon before take on this like combo. They were not able to have this in time. Honey Lisa bringing out a lot of regen. She's got Mango, I think she wants to shield. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, she's just 1v2ing this lane. She's just asserting dominance and giving Gyro space to farm. This is just so... Yeah, it's so good against this Anking Mirana lane.
It's expensive though. Like it's cost.
Yeah,
Honey Lisa has lost her courier twice, ferrying out regen items, which, you know, later on in the game, regen items give you nothing. And oh, Sasha May.
But it's the TP coming in from the Ogre as well. Are they swapping lanes?
Yes.
It seems like that's the case here. They swapped their support matchup.
They're like, okay, we can kill Lion. You know, once the Lion followed by Mirana arrow, that person's dead. So they want to go for that instead. Realizing
That makes sense. They say we can't kill the Abaddon, but what we can kill is the Lion.
And if one guy actually doesn't care about being slowed and doesn't mind just standing in the face of an Abaddon, it's gonna be Ogre. You know, you can just bloodlust yourself and you're like, alright, let me go punch him in the face.
You want to punch me? I'll punch you back, right?
And I got 2 heads to punch with.
Yeah.
Whereas Ligaya still
Okay,
suffering.
but Ligaya's just getting bullied out in every lane she goes to.
She's fine. This is all part of the strategy, you know. Oh, Gil, that's not part
Gil
of the
gets
strategy.
chucked out though. Earth Spike still available. Arrow misses, and that's Gil dropping. Good start here for Foxy. They're finding the kills where they need to.
Ningen trying to actually get some farm from the stacks because she is suffering mid lane. That's like the one sort of good thing they have for you is the mid lane has gone really well for the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
Other
This
lanes?
Death Prophet is doing a lot. Look at the farm, the denies. 17 denies here. Forces the fort as well.
I mean, look at her. She starts with the Fairy Fire, 2 Null Talisman, and Iron Branches with what, like 13 extra damage? That's huge. And anytime the Ember Spirit walks in, she gets Spirit Siphon. Oh, Sleepless? I don't know.
He's getting chunked out, but Ningen comes back in. Not level 6 though. They will just do some chip damage to the mid turret with the Exorcism. I didn't actually realize how big of a differential we're seeing here from the mid lane. 17 against 1 deny. That's something.
Like we talked about the harass, the fact that the Death Prophet will just do a good job in this lane and proving it right now.
Yeah.
Still, like I wouldn't count the Ember Spirit as suffering as much because she does have good stacks, and she can rotate a lot better. Plus, the first exorcism was used and did not get a tower. They did good damage. The tower's still standing.
Yeah, tower is still standing.
Oh, the mid lane.
Diving between the tier 1 and tier 2 right now. I don't think she's going to be able to find... Well, I say that, but I think she might actually be able to find a kill because Ningen is not actually level 6 right now. She uses the Siphon on the creep there, has the haste, so she will just be able to get out safely. But so much pressure being exerted in this mid lane matchup. That's going to be very big here for the side of Transform.
Like how
Terminator.
Like how Death Prophet has to pick. Do I want the kill on the Ember Spirit? Do I want to push the lane out more? She goes for the pushing out lane, but she has that option. Like she's like, I can make her suffer any way I want.
Yeah, exactly. That's a huge amount of pressure being exerted. I'm surprised to see we haven't seen any support CP in to try to help out mid lane yet. But other than that, so far so good.
To be fair, Lion's in the area. Like Lion's actually
True.
soaking up all
Yeah.
the EXP right now, and Lion's what 5? Just well, that's pretty good at 7.5 minutes. She could hit 6 by like 9. At that point, you get an early finger. That could be a big kill. That could be a kill in the top lane. Oh, Ember Spirit though can't
Yeah,
actually
getting
farm
that,
the neutrals.
Yeah, for sure. Getting that finger early on is going to be so helpful as well. It just comes at the expense of Ember having some better farm, better EXP, but it's going to be fine because if you find a pick with the Doom, with the finger, that's going to be really nice.
Sanki's gonna be level 6 real soon. And she has 3 points instead of the burst break. There's not a combo to play with though, so I think Nana's pretty safe. Especially, oh, there you go. They had a second exorcism.
Second exorcism, no fort available. I feel like Miri would just get this one without much trouble. Ligia is in the area to help her out as well, and that's just gonna be mid tier 1 dropping, just like that.
I like how the guy shows up and she's like, alright, I'll do 20 damage to the tower.
Yep.
You're
Gotta get
welcome.
an assist somehow.
You're welcome. It went down a second sooner.
Radiant are
And
scanning.
Lagaya, she sees those big creeps. Is she gonna go for it? But no, she wants to get the big juicy gyrocopter. That's the one you
Yeah,
want.
that's the biggest of big creeps, the gyrocopter. But she's very well aware. No Ward. Oh, the Ward actually does spot her out on the high ground, so Gyro will just back off. There we go. Arrow's the big creep instead. Get some gold, get some EXP like you were talking about.
That's why you block that as soon as you can if you're with Abaddon. Abaddon, getting the stack off. There you go. Oh no.
Oh, he didn't quite get it. That's a bit sad.
Thought she got the timing just right, but oops.
Yeah, I think it was barely. It was very close, nearly getting stacked. That's okay. I'm sure they have some ancient stacks up.
If
We'll
I'm
see though.
Foxy Gaming though, I would feel a little anxious that the Ember Spirit has spent the first 9 minutes just farming and losing the tier 1 mid.
Yeah.
Because Ember Spirit's like this very active hero who does a lot around the map, not just the farming. And oh, honey Lisa gets that ward off. And the rest of the team is coming in. Oh, you gotta be careful.
Oh, that's gonna be a nice root here from Ember. He heard you saying he needs to do something, and he does just that. They find the first kill here onto the Sand King, but it looks like that's gonna be it. Just one kill onto the position tree, and they invest 4 members of their team here. Do you think that's worth it?
Kinda. I mean, again, you are shutting down the Sand King, who has the lowest net worth of the cores. At the same time, it's not Ember is barely ahead. Like Ember's got the same net worth as the Sand King.
Yeah, so it's good to help him accelerate a bit by shutting down the other guy.
The thing is, that fight was sort of best case scenario for Foxy. They were up against, there's no Wraith King, but those doesn't have an ultimate. There's no Death Prophet without an ultimate. So that's the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I do want to point out something really quickly here. This Wraith King is going for a Radiance. Not going for anything else. He thinks he's farming well enough. He's confident with the spaces that Prophet's making, so he wants a Radiance.
I love it. Like, I love that. I feel like, I mean, I know it's not exactly the best item, but the thing about it is that Gyrocopter doesn't really want MKB. You know, you see Gyrocopters, they go for like the Aghanims, the Scotty, the SNY, the BKB. They definitely don't want MKB. And now you're forcing them to get it, or they lose 1/6 of their damage. That's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. It's something you kind of need to get, and that's gonna hurt, right? That's gonna hurt for sure. But it's also gonna take a while for the Wraith King to get there. Do you think maybe if they find a pick on him beforehand, that's something that they could look out for?
Killing the Wraith King twice.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, huh?
I mean, the problem with that is that not only does when he dies does he have 2 lives, is that the respawn time is like what, 3 or 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Takes, and that gives you enough time for your allies to show up, especially when you're playing. You know, he's playing like near the tier 1. He's playing near the outpost.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's playing on the enemy side where where my carry usually is. Alright,
So game state right now. Gold lead just swung back into the side of Foxy, but I'm pretty sure that's barely a gold lead at all. It's pretty even for both of these teams.
Yeah, and especially because it looks like Midas is finished on the Doom, so the greed is real for Foxy Gaming.
Yep.
Although something like that doesn't seem so bad this game when they are getting 3 kills for their side.
Yeah, not at all. The gold is gonna help them a bit, but I guess the Doom is gonna start accelerating now soon. It's just gonna be a race, right? The tempo here from this Death Prophet is gonna be something you really need to take note of. Can they really answer this? I feel like you can go for 2. You have the card. Exorcism would just pop 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get, I don't think you can get the tier 2 this early.
You can pressure it, right?
Yeah, like you pressure, like you're gonna do some damage to it, but getting it. Although if you can, that's incredible because you get that early outpost. This stage of the game, it's a big value. But although you look at it, they're pushing. All right, Fortify comes up.
They fought to get the push continued. There's a lot of commitment here. TP's coming in. Scan figures this one out though. They know that this is a thing. Exorcism is down, so they just back away. But they forced 3 TPs.
As well as the Fortify. That means you can take the bottom tower if you want it to a lot easier. We did like what 700, 800 damage. Sorry, on the top lane. Sorry, 900 in total. That's a lot. Like next push, Exorcism's level 2, you can get that. But in the meantime, where are we with the Wraith King? Still farming up that storm, 2,200 gold. So Radiance will take a while. There is a smoke coming out from the Dire side here, and they spot Miri. That is a juicy kill if you can get. That is a lot of the enemy tempo. Unfortunately, she just used Exorcism. It's not available for another minute, so even if she dies, you're not actually stopping much.
Yeah. This is a good time to die, right? It could be a lot worse. They go into the Amber, Finger is available, everything gets expanded. She will not die just yet. Suicide concludes the save. Finger was even expanded and don't get the kill. Now it looks like they want to turn this one around. Terminator, they're gonna chase onto the Amber Spirit, but I don't think they'll find anything else. But still, the fact that so much was expanded and they couldn't take down that Prophet.
Yeah.
That's huge for Terminator.
I mean, she's just so tanky. Arrow misses, and I don't think they'll want to be able to go for more. But oh, not killing the Death Prophet after that commitment, that's a big deal. And can we actually check out the net worth just to make sure where everyone is? Wraith King probably sitting on top. Gyrocopter's had a quiet game. Oh dear.
That's not really what you want to see, right? They do take down the Sand King, but in return, Doom was taken down as well. So 1-for-1s across the board for both of these teams.
Yeah, but you traded the most valuable, the most farmed core for the least farmed. So Sand King's staying pretty. And look at that. Legaia seeing the stack saying, I'll take a few creeps. I am happy to take 1 or 2. Exorcism is available. They really are pressuring this top lane.
Yeah, and they definitely shoot, right? There's no Fortify available. Okay, they're not going to use the Exorcism just yet for that. But still, they're just slowly and gradually choking them out of the top side.
I mean, I look at Ember Spirit's CS 54 in 13 minutes. That's when...
It's not great, huh?
No, it's just that the Death Prophet just crushed him. Oh, they do have 2 stunners here, but...
Yeah, they didn't get the Ogre stun off in time. He just walked away just as the Ember flew back. That was a bit unfortunate.
But Sand King is almost going to have a Blink Dagger very soon. At that point... That's when you get really scared. Doom is going to go for the BKB. Wants to stand in the front and just make sure no one can actually do anything. They have nothing that goes to BKB on the Radiant side. Okay, that's a good stun.
They do get the spike, but he's extremely tanky. Doom comes through. No Finger of Death available to close this one out. Will she be able to get away in time? Ember Spirit's coming in. Will the Shackle land? Not quite. It looks like that Prophet will just be able to get away here. Muted, but Doom is running out in just a second. Exorcism is available. That's healing her up a lot. And she's just going to get out yet again.
I don't know if you want to Doom the Death Prophet with the Exorcism on. Like, I know...
Yeah.
Like, I know she was like only a quarter of the way done, so you have to be a long wait, but she... Oh, the guy gets dies. Okay. That was just a little bit...
Yeah, Legaia does get taken down, but that's just a boss fall. I think you'll take that, considering how much damage you're putting onto this top tier 2 gradually.
And again, they did like another 600 damage to the tower. They haven't taken it yet, but they get doomed. They lose nothing. I mean, they lose Legaia, but
lose nothing.
But that was a different play entirely. That was just the guy being a little too deep in his territory.
Yep, for sure. And their farm is still pretty decent. I think the Wraith King should have his Radiance. Let me take a quick look.
No, he's got to take
no, not quite. He's 900 gold away from the Radiance, but not very far off.
Although I would say the Gyrocopter with an Aghanims feels pretty more powerful than a Wraith King with Radiance only.
Yeah, he definitely spikes earlier, right?
Yeah, like the Gyrocopter, the double attack is really good. You do so much AoE damage. You have call down. Wraith King's burning people is nice. Just you definitely need like that blink and the BKB for him to feel like a threat.
Definitely, it's gonna be a while. But they do get a bit of a catch here onto the Amber Spirit, the silent to make sure he's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what you talked about. It didn't happen in the lane phase, but the Sand King stun into the Mirana arrow, and he has nowhere to go.
I mean, if it does happen in the lane stage, if it happens on Ember Spirit later on, then you're way happier. You know, you're like, I don't care if we kill Abaddon. Roshan, the game is a bit of not a stalemate, but kind of
You
passive.
just need to break this top turret, right? Like, that's the big timing window here for the side
Dire's
of
bottom tower is under
Terminator.
attack.
I think once they break the top turret, they'll be very happy with the game state.
Yes, like, because they have put in a lot of effort, like a lot of map
Yeah.
control. There's a lot of wards as well coming on the top. Like, you look at the Dire jungle, there's 4 sentries and an observer. There was an observer like a second ago as well. So it is a heavily warded map, and everyone's keeping top.
Is under attack.
Ember Spirit's going.
Everyone's TPing top. They recognize the importance of just keeping this turret safe. They want to make sure Ember's not alone as well. They don't want to let him get caught yet again. Silence is available here though. No
What
real
the-
follow-up. There we go. Sand King links right in. Gets
Arrow.
stunned up. Epicenter has not been popped. So that's not going to be available here. But still, Exorcism comes true. They trade the Ember for the Sand King, which I think he'll be pretty happy about. Doom is still available here, but not even needed. Legaia will get dropped. All the TPs coming in top just to save this tier 2 turret. Now, Radiance is available for kill, but do you really want to fight right now? It seems like they do. They go on to Cat Chaser. Decent amount of damage here for the Wraith King. Exorcism still running. That's going to be Abaddon taken down. That's going to be the Doom use of the Death Prophet, but she already has Exorcism popped out. Gil has the second life. I'm not sure if he can really take him down right now. The Radiance is burning Harley Lisa. Dies to that one. Stuns into the Gyrocopter. And we know Gil can be the big carry. And he's stepping up with just a Radiance in his pocket. He's coming in. And he is taking hits right now.
That Doom, I mean, again, a Doom on Exorcism Death
Yeah.
Prophet. And by the way, this time it was a little bit worse than last time because he was actually nearing the end of the Exorcism timer. So a lot of the XP was just coming right back to her.
Radiant's
A
bottom tower
great
is
move
under
to catch
attack.
the Ember Spirit. They get a
Dire's
beautiful Sand King
top tower
jump.
is under
Or with an
attack.
arrow, and Sasha May, she walked in, she's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna land a Fire Blast. I literally don't give a damn about it. And that was well played. Like,
Dire's middle tower
it's
is under
Terminator's
attack.
doing this so well, and you can see that Gil is saying, "Oh, I'm ready to fight. I got the Radiance. I can do so much damage." Honey Lisa can't even stand near her without burning to death.
Yeah, Honey Lisa burned to death after they popped the Abaddon ultimate as well. So not a good situation to be in. Doom's BKB 9 seconds was used there as
Dire's
well.
bottom tower
Doom is
under attack.
Doom is again continues to farm, but will always have a hard game because let's say you Doom a Wraith King or what the Exorcism Death Prophet. Both of these guys are perfectly fine standing right in front of your face and trading hits,
Dire's
and Doom
bottom
will
tower
not win
is
that
fallen.
trade.
Yeah, exactly. Doom is trying to get the blink now, so it seems like the game plan wants to shift to we need to find the catches of our own. We need to be proactive, get the aggressive Doom before they get
Dire's
Exorcism and
bottom
whatnot off.
tower is under
Invis
attack.
rune of on Miri right now. I don't think they see her just yet.
Does she have Exorcism? Still, that they decided to shift gears and say, let's take the mid tower. You know, they're like, this top lane, we've got to like 3 times now.
But surely they should just go back. It has to be low at this point.
It's got, we'll probably find like 200 HP left. It's got, yeah, it's got
Yeah.
322. That's a number.
3-2-2. Oh, the combo lands, and that's just gonna be Lion taken down. You cannot afford to be out of position up against the Sand King Mirana comp. They are slowly finding the picks where it matters, and it looks like Roshan is the next objective in their eyes.
Look at
This is a pop as well. They really want this Roshan. Betting a lot here.
the Death Prophet's movement speed, 490.
Yeah.
She
With
is,
the Bloodlust as well.
she goes up to 500, like max with face boots active. So
Oh, they're giving this the Death Prophet. They're giving the Aegis. I guess that makes sense, right? Because Rape King already has 2 lives.
yeah, and what you would kind of prefer is either a Doom is used on her and she has the the Exorcism on, or if she gets blown up, she comes back in the second life, then she uses her Exorcism and she'll be fine. So I like it. Like, I definitely feel like Wraith King. If Wraith King dies twice, he's dying a 3rd time. You know, there's no way she's
Yeah,
dying.
that's true.
Either she's
All
dying.
his teammates are probably dead.
Either she's dying. Oh, Sleepless jumps in. Done.
They will find a pick onto Olga. They have a lot of chain stuns, but you see they're just so afraid to follow up on this. Epicenter lands. It's just on the
Gyro.
gyro. Aquatic shield is not enough to keep him safe. Gyro will just die here. No Exorcism available, but Gil is here as well. They're just gonna chase this one down. Blink Dagger is almost up for tanking. He can keep this fight going. Who does he want here? He wants to go for the Lion. He's all the way in the back line. There's no escaping. He tries to blink TP out. Yours is just gonna stop that one completely. And this is Terminator once again. Just turning it on when they can.
Just establishing their dominance in this game, and no Doom was used because she has no targets. It's like, alright guys, what do I do?
Ooh.
Fast fingers.
Did you see that? Yeah, Ember barely getting away from that one. I do believe Exorcism is gonna be up in a second here as well, so they might try to push this one all the way through with the cut. Okay, never mind, 40 seconds. It's quite a couple of seconds, so they're not gonna keep this one going. But they will just be content with finally getting a tier 2, finally cracking over the shrine, and now expect to see Terminator just take over the jungle here, right?
And I mean, it comes back to sort of greed in the offlane pick. You know, you cannot.
Yeah.
You can't take the Doom, especially when, if between the two teams, I say Terminator might be a little bit ahead. You know, like as in like skill-wise and teamwork, they might be just a little bit ahead. So, that's this Phonic Shield.
Yeah, Phonic Shield is used here, but the Doom is just gonna get chased out. He can pop, but you can't really do anything. It's not enough. Gyro comes in as well, but same thing. I don't think he can do anything. Stunned up, the Phonic Shield will keep him safe. But that is the Gyro ultimate pop here, 50% away. Don't forget, H is still available for Dash Prop, but she's not even gonna need it. I think it's not even gonna get popped. That could be a big stun here, but Lion cancels it. No mana on the Sand King to go for the knock up, the Barrel Strike. So that's gonna be a good save there from Lion.
Yeah, exorcisms, they need to be used. Aegis is saved. Like, you lose your position 5 Ogre, who's basically like no one really cares about them anyway. You know, Ogre lives don't matter.
I agree.
Can you imagine someone in chat will be like, I identify as an Ogre?
I mean Ogre Magi, so...
You have offended me, like legitimately. Let's see, Ogre Magi has gone for that beautiful Force Staff and gets another Observer Ward out, feeling pretty good about life.
Yeah,
definitely
definitely very happy with the game state.
I like how
as well.
I was gonna say she has the bullet and the bloodlust, so someone walks near the Ogre Magi, they get like free turbo mode. You know, like run, run, run!
That's gonna be fantastic for the Death Prophet, who has a haste in a bottle right now as well.
I'm looking at Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's got a Maelstrom and the Orb of Corrosion and boots.
It's pretty sad.
Sad.
He doesn't even have his finished boots yet.
Well, I mean, he has the money to afford it,
But I think he wants to use, right? Yeah, he needs to dispel the silence. I think that's a good identification. Like, that's what's killing me here. So I need the heals to cancel that out. We'll see if that's enough, though.
Smoke comes
out.
out.
Smoke's gonna get them. Yeah, they're gonna get right onto the Gyro. They're gonna find the Gyro. Smoke is popped, but the ones with CC are not in front. They silence the Gyro, but who can really follow up? Okay, you know what? The Yo's gonna follow it up. They're gonna go to the Gyro. That's gonna be a big call down. But it's not gonna be enough because the follow-up's not quite available. That's Miri just gonna be chasing into the base. Does he have a Lincoln Sphere? He does. Cat Chaser just gets taken down as well. Absolutely nowhere to run. The last stun is not gonna take him down, but Hazel will be the one that does so. That's just gonna be it then. You trade your posture for 2 members. Aegis is gonna be timing out, I think, pretty soon for Miri as well. 45 seconds. Do they want to try to pressure the tier 1 mid? The tier 3 mid before that happens?
I'm just wondering what exactly the Dire can do to get the game back in their control, because you got, you know, like your mid is negated. You don't have a mid because the Ember Spirit suffered a lot, and your off lane is a Doom who is unable to doom anyone. So it's all on Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter is farming really well. Like, she is not. She's having a decent-ish. No, actually, I say that, but she's barely ahead of the Sand King. So I was looking at the last
relative to the team.
Relative to the team, she's doing amazing. Oh dear, and Mirana, if she catches up to the Ember Spirit anymore, you're gonna have to worry. It's like 4 core lineup at that stage.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be a very rough situation. But I think the biggest standout is you look at the Ember Spirit sitting at 8,000 gold. That's the most depressing thing right now, right?
That's your tempo, and your tempo has no gold to tempo with, you know?
I mean, at this point, like, what tempo is that to really be had, right? I think it's too late to even do anything. 10,000 gold ahead for Terminator. But it seems like Foxy, they want to pull the trigger. Oh. They go for the Death Prophet. Doom comes down before Exorcism.
Good Doom.
No more Aegis. She's gonna get taken down here, I think. Scorched Earth will be enough. Gyro takes it down as well. That's gonna be the buyback. She has the Arcane. This could be a big turnaround. And I think Foxy recognized that they go to bail out right now. They're calling to run. They have to sacrifice the Abaddon. They have to sacrifice the Doom as well. And they pay the price of 3 lives for the buyback of the Death Prophet, who's gonna come back in, chase them all away. And it seems like they might just want to march on the base right now.
Oh, no. Give all the...
Nowhere to run. They stack the stuns, but that doesn't matter because they have so many stuns. And that's gonna be 4 lives to pay the price for 1 Death Prophet buyback.
I like how Jill is like taking defense, and she is definitely like she's angry. And she's like, I want to win. And
she's feeling it for sure. I think Jill is playing incredibly well.
Yes.
For a team.
And with Exorcism out, that looks like it's going to be a Rax unless there's some sort of...
Might be even more. Do you think they can go for Throne here? Everyone's like so toughed off. Jill even has her outfit.
I mean, they can try it, right? Like, poke and see what happens, but if you're going to poke and... I think you poke for a Rax is a bit safer. Exorcism is probably like half duration left, so you still have a good amount of time, whereas... No, sorry, down to like the last quarter, so...
They're gonna go for top Rex instead. I think they should be able to take this one as well. Okay, you know what? The wave is dead, so that's gonna be it. They're calling it. They're backing off. They're making sure they don't take any risks. They don't give Foxy a single chance at a comeback here. And I think that's exactly what they need to do. So very good call from them.
They actually have they smoke out, trying to catch a straggler or two, but can't find any. And but I know Sand King has sort of been dying a bit more than the rest of the team. Hazel is what? She is 1-4, but her jumps, the way she's able to control the fights, have been incredible. So
yes.
Doing a really good job, like 1-4, but she's been playing basically MVP for the tournament for the team.
Yeah, Hazel's doing exactly what she needs to do, right? It doesn't matter if she engages and dies, as long as she gets the engage down and her carries, her pulse 1 and 2 can just clean up the fight, which is exactly what's been happening.
Oh, that's a Hex.
Get a bit of catch on to, yeah, okay. That's just gonna be a donation right back, 50 seconds. I don't really think it's gonna be super significant, but we take what we can get at this point.
Exactly, and you get the outpost back, so you know it's like it's a little bit signs of life. You know, when you feel like you're suffocating.
Well, we say that, but it's 15,000 gold lead for the side of Terminator.
Wasn't like I said they won. I said it's signs of life, my friend.
Yep,
you know?
yep.
You gotta kill. You gotta kill.
I mean, I like what Miri's doing. Don't give a chance for them to snowball this, right? Don't let them catch you out. Just back away here.
Yeah, deciding that it's just safer not to, like, even if you have Lincolns and you're gonna have I think BKB next. She's going for BKB. No, she's going for the Aghanims. Interesting. That gives you, anytime you hit someone with a spell or an auto attack, you get a free ghost. Right? The ghost like 50% more effective than the usual ghost. It's a super ghost. It's Casper.
It's a super ghost. Okay, I don't think Casper is super effective. He's probably less effective than most ghosts.
All right, but is there what's another famous ghost then? They're not much. Right?
I don't really watch horror movies or anything like that. Right, they're just gonna go back for the outposts here. That's gonna be that.
All right. Getting the Observer Ward away as well, and Sand King's going to go for the Aghanims. They're not actually waiting for their items though. They want to get these Aghanims up, but they're not. But they're more like let's get the game over with basically. Yeah. Let's take another Rax.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah, they're going for the top Rex right now. It seems that like we're gonna see both teams try to trade sides of the map. We see the members of Foxy going for the bot lane wave. They're trying to push that one out. The top side in full control here. What I do like is we're seeing the Lion use his blink to just disrupt the waves a little bit. Go intro a spike, blink out, make sure you can't be caught.
Oh, Ember! Oh,
but Ember gets caught instead. That's even worse! I don't even know how that happens. They just walk in and they find him. That's so unfortunate.
Perfect timing by Hazel. The way she was able to get the burst strike like right after she finished the Sleight of Fist. So
yeah, exactly. That one was perfectly timed. Like you said, Hazel has been playing incredibly well. So has Gil this entire tournament. So has the support lineup, as well as Miri. This game has been definitely the MVP here.
There is a buyback on the Brisket. They absolutely want to use it. You know, there is
20 seconds, right?
There's creeper coming in mid, so there should be. Oh, you don't want to buy back though. Like this is the worst time to buy back. You know, it's like oh.
The timer, it just feels so bad if you have to buy back here.
But you are gonna lose your racks.
Yeah, you are gonna lose your racks. They're gonna chunk that one down, and it looks like they'll go for one more as well.
Ooh.
Oh, Nice little use here. Will they find the gyro? BKB gets buffed. I love it. They don't pull off the heals because they know it's going to be BKB. Turnaround is used. Exorcism's already down, but Doom is used on that Prophet, but they're not able to chase it down. They use the Doom, and they have to turn around. That's not what he wants to get off. Ember is back. He's getting some big slide of fist down. But is it going to be enough? Doom is almost over. They kill the Gaia, but that's just a plus bar. No real threat for the carries here. Silence used as well. Ember is dead. Ember, does he have buyback? I think he does, but he doesn't want to use it just yet. That's going to be both supports dropping right now. And Gil does so much damage. Miri does so much damage. And with the AC, they're just going to go march on the last lane of Rex here. Not quite. They're just going to go for the throne.
And Terminator took that fight, by the way, without even a sand defending that seniority. Nice jumping stuns. The other more stuns coming out. They buy back with the Ember Spirit. They get the kill on the Ogre. And Miri might actually suffer here. He's being burned alive right now. Lincoln's is used. Can they actually get killed? There you go.
Okay.
Big
so that's
deal.
a bit of a turnaround. You have to spend the buyback on 2 of your characters for that.
It's not great, but the alternative was losing the game straight out, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But they only get a kill onto Death Prophet. That's just, you know, it's disappointing.
yeah, they did get another set of items though. Heaven's Halberd is finished on the Doom. You can use that to control Wraith King if you want. Abaddon's got the Glimmer Cape. Gyrocopter's got the BKB. I've had it for a while actually.
A little bit sad there for Cat Chaser. The moment he starts to channel, gets hit by a random arrow. Loses his clarity as well. That's real heartbreaking.
Shadows take us. Mirana is look like they want to actually fight no Death Prophet though, so I feel like taking a fight at this stage without the Death Prophet could be very risky. Like, it may not be worth it.
Yeah, it is a risk that they don't have to take, but Gil is so big, maybe they just feel confident taking this fight. We'll have to see how this one plays out, or how this one pans out. They try to go for the engage on the Sand King. Looks like they'll find just that, but on the back end, Gyrocopter getting stunned up as well. Can't succeed, but unfortunately was able to get the top BKB out. It looks like that's going to be the end of it. No real fight continuing here. Gil once more, though, he's marching back in as the AC. He's not afraid of anything. Gets hexed up. He does not have BKB, so he will be able to get crowd control, but he doesn't care. He's just marching it down. Looks like they won't be able to find anyone else. And all of this while Death Prophet is dead.
Like, they expanded so much, you were thinking, oh come on, well, can they just hold down someone? They do have a Lion to hold them down, but they're also kind of careful. They're like, we gotta avoid Gil. There's Sand King jumping in and out, getting stunned. Just very careful. Oh, hey, Lisa, almost guys, if the crit was like her XP was a bit lower, they could have bypassed the burrow time. They didn't hurt you guys anyway though.
Yeah, dies anyway here, and they will just pick up the Abaddon as well. And it looks like to me Abaddon is on dieback. 70 seconds. What do they want to get from this? Another lane of Rex? Or do they want to push for the game here?
I think you can play it safe and just go top, right? Like,
yeah.
Like you could go for the
risk,
lane,
right?
but if you go top and you take it like you hit the Raxes, then Mega Creep is just over. But if you go for the towers, they're hard to target, and they're basically the same thing anyway, which is the game's over. So I'd go for the easier, guaranteed win.
Don't make it harder for yourself, and I do want to point out Gil has 6,000 gold in her inventory right now. I'm not sure if she spent it just yet. There we go, got the Blink Dagger, got the Angel Blink as well.
The Arcane Blink, yeah, once you jump in with that. No, sorry, that was Arcane, the Swift Blink. Arcane is a magical one. You blink in, you get a ton of bonus attack speed and damage. Gil feels like she's not killing fast enough. You know, she's like,
and I can tell you she definitely is killing fast enough.
She's like, I feel like when I jump in, I just, they're living longer, so I have 45 attack speed and 45 attack damage.
What? What's that? Finger just used on Huh? Finger just used on Ogre, that's it. And then they just get out of there.
I think that was a sentiment, like a symbolic thing.
Oh,
not
no.
an actual.
Like lag or something?
No, it's more like, you know,
oh, yeah,
I hate you for what you've done.
I hate you for what you've done, yeah.
Taking my victory. I had the game in the bag. Well, it's like, can you doom Death Prophet's no longer worth dooming? Same thing with a Wraith King. You even Ogre Magi has an Aeon Disc, which really limits the effectiveness of Doom. Mirana is going for Luz Orb. She's difficult to doom. So it's like Sand King or bust at this point, and even then, she can't be Luz Orbed.
Yeah, it can be Lotus Opt as well. We'll see what's going to happen right now. It seems like they're just going to get the Aegis onto the Death Prophet, and they're going to be marching into the top lane here.
This Ember Spirit net worth being overtaken by Miranda very soon. But Miranda's
It's
got
not
two.
what you want to see at all.
She's got 2K in the bank, so she's not using all her gold. And she's still got some coming up. Like a little bit, an item or two she's ready to use. And alright, that stun's gonna roll right back at you, Nana. Might need to be careful, she might eat an arrow after this, and she
No way,
will.
right? The arrow does land, but are they gonna follow up? Epicenter comes in. They do just get that stun down, but he blinks right back out. But that is Epicenter was not used actually. I think that was the Aghanims. They are just gonna get this turret taken down.
They wanted to get that the BKB used.
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower has
They wanted to
fallen.
bait that one out, but he's confident. You know, he trusts in Honey Lisa to use the aquatic shield saver there. There we go. That's gonna be the aquatic shield used. Doom is used as well, but look at the AOE damage. Doom just gets dropped, and Aegis is still available from that prophet here. She's just gonna be able to come right back up, still right back alive, and they're gonna be taking the Mega Creep. They're gonna be going for the base. Buyback was used for Doom, but is that really gonna mean anything? It's gonna be a dieback really soon as well. They're gonna chase him down. They're not gonna be really able to get out of this at all, it seems. Well, I say that, but it seems like he will survive. Wraith King still does have his ultimate. The reincarnation is still available. Not afraid of anything. Stuns on getting fucking Gyrocopter. Does have buyback. He will use it immediately. And they're just getting locked into their base right now. And it seems like a recurring trend for any Terminator game is we will push you into your base and you will have nowhere to run.
We want you to get 0 farm, you know, we don't want you to get even 1 creep. And like Gil, once the reincarnation's up, I wouldn't be surprised if they dive the fountain because like the enemy team is not giving up. You can do whatever you want, you know. There's no sportsmanship here where you have to be like, oh, you know, you must end the game. It's like they can do whatever they want. And you can see Terminator, they just say, oh yeah, they want to defend against very creeps, let them defend. We'll get a few.
Yeah, we're gonna go out, we're gonna get some items, 30,000 gold out. I'm surprised we haven't seen anyone GG a game just yet, but if there was ever a game to do it, I feel like this might be it. Buybacks for everyone, right? Buybacks not available for any of your 5 heroes. Just one fight here is all Terminator need to close it out.
Especially when you know the Terminator is not in a rush to end the game. You might as well GG out because like you're not staying for any like stake, you know, that there's any stake for them. He's not in a rush to end where you think, oh, you know, if I die GG, they're gonna end in 2 seconds. It's not worth it. Like no, it's been like a minute and a half since they got mega creeps.
Yeah, it's been a while since they really had a shot in this game. Oh, that's the Yules though. She's just jumping around to find the angle, not quite able to time that one out. And Ember Spirit will just get out of there. Not gonna find the catch just yet. Don't forget, Twin Blink is available. Look at the damage right here. Yules is gonna keep them safe for just a second. The Hex comes in as well. No BKB for Wraith King, but that is all they really need.
Well, I'll catch it. He gets the BKB off in time, but
Catches gets the BKB to off, but don't forget, no buybacks available for anyone. So if anyone drops on the side of Foxy, they will just get taken down here.
physical damage is so huge. Like you know, the spirit. Oh, arrow. I don't know if it connects or not, but the burst like does. There goes your Gyrocopter. There goes like 3 people.
Yeah, no buyback, so this is pretty much a GG angle here. They're gonna be typing for the fountains yet again. Sand King will drop. That's up. Not even barely spies with Sliver of Health. Kill is still like, what that crit with the Desolator there, just massive damage. And that's gonna be GG on game 1. It took a bit longer than it should have. They were crossing their T's, dotting their I's, but eventually, the members of Terminator, they will just march out to a clean and easy victory here.
And I mean, this has been the trend. These 2 teams were in the same group, and this was the only person that Foxy Gaming lost to. Like the only team, Terminator is just a cut above right now, and you can see that. Like the Wraith King had a free game. Like there's really nothing. No pressure on her. Sorry. Doom wasn't able to get the Dooms off. Ningen couldn't actually make space. It all went Terminator's side. The top lane with the Sand King as well as the Mirana worked out really well for them. It's a very tough situation to be in if you're Foxy Gaming. And I don't want to like harp on this, but fatigue is a real factor at this stage.
It really is, and I think you can see it as well, right? They weren't able to look for proactive plays. They weren't playing as defensive as they were in the last 2 games as well. I mean, we can't forget Foxy Gaming played a full best of 3 with one of those games reaching 80 minutes, while Terminator, they've just been resting. So they're definitely ready to go here.
Another thing was like game 1 was also like an hour-long game. So
yeah.
So Foxy Gaming, like your emotions at this point, they are pretty drained. And like I said, Terminator, they took a nice nap. You know, they had
They did.
they literally had a 2 hour gap where they can do whatever they want. So, Foxy Gaming, you gotta pick yourself up on this. I feel like they could have played a little bit better. I think it's the fatigue factor, and
Yeah.
how do you solve that? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you really have to pick yourself up. You have to rally your team around something. We'll see if that's enough. We'll see if they manage to identify these factors. And we'll head into a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the Dota 2 Open Tree.
And we are back to us potentially our last game for the Dota 2 Open of FSL 3. I'm Atomo, joining me is Omo, where we just saw Terminator basically terminate Foxy Gaming in the first game of the Grand Final. And Foxy Gaming, it looks like they have a lot of work to do, don't they, Omo?
Yeah, it seems like they really do, and a lot of that I think will really come back down to, like you mentioned earlier as well, the fatigue that we seem to be seeing from them. They played defensive so well in their semifinal matchup, but they played a 60-minute game, they played an 80-minute game, played 3 games of the BO3, a full series, and now it seems like they're starting to slip up here against Terminator, which is a really solid team, and you can't afford to be making any mistakes against them.
Yeah, I want to make sure we thank out the people who made this tournament possible, Intel as well as Yahoo. Without them, we wouldn't have this tournament, which is an all-women tournament. So Terminator, Foxy Gaming, Pacific Pink, they're all here. They're all women. And I think the draft of the last game is actually underway. So we can go into that, and then we can discuss a little bit more about the fatigue factor here that we're talking about. And yeah, Foxy Gaming,
10 seconds.
60-minute, 80-minute game. Like, out of the 4 games that they've played so far, 3 of them have been brutal. One of them was a fast loss, one of them was a slow loss, one of them was an 80-minute victory. So, like, if you've ever been Dota'd out, like you got no more Dota in you, like Foxy Gaming would be that team right now.
Yeah, this is it. But I think what's interesting in this game is that both teams are actually changing up their draft a little bit. Terminator not going for the Sand King Mirana. They're saying we want to try something different. We have the buffer, so why not? And they go for a Rubik pickup, first pick here.
10 seconds.
Yeah, the Rubik and the Slaughter. It's a solid combo though, because you can have the Rubik lift followed by the Slaughter stun. So it functions similar to the Slaughter Lina, Slaughter, or like Sand King Mirana. It's not on the same level though. Like, it's definitely not as strong. I think they definitely wanted to pair the Rubik up with the Sand King, because the good point about telekinesis is that you can lift them, throw them back into the sandstorm, get a couple of extra seconds of damage from that. Sardar, it's nice. It's not as bad. It's not bad. But Foxy Gaming, on the other hand, very decent opening with the Sand King as well. Medusa, nice, strong cores, especially the Medusa, who they didn't pick in the first game. They let it slip. It was banned against them during stage 2, so they're taking it very early this time.
Yeah, and I think the Medusa is definitely a big pick for them, right? That was how they swept the series against their previous opponents with this Medusa pick. I mean, of course, they had the Undying both times. They won't have that this time, banned away by Terminator. But just the Medusa alone, the question is that enough to get something of a reverse sweep here going on?
Medusa is definitely very good in this situation. You're up against a Rubik Slash. He's very tanky. We'll see what position 5 they go with. I'm more of a fan of an Omni Knight 5 than an Abaddon, but both would be decent in this case. You do want someone with dispels. You can't take a Legion Commander because you already have the Sand King. So it is Terminator's turn to pick, though. They are kind of using a lot of that reserve time right now.
Yeah, using up a lot of their reserve time, but this is gonna be the Terminator special, the flex pick ogre coming right back.
I love it when they do that. It's like I gotta go. And when they go with the Dawnbreaker as well as with a Pangolier.
Okay. So just changing things up quite a bit, but I do like it. This is a lot of support for the Medusa, right?
And it is. I mean, I think we saw Cat Chaser play the Pangolier as an offlane. Like it was a very strong position 3 Pangolier. Dawnbreaker could be 3 or 4. Sorry, could be the 4 or 5. Same thing with the Sand King. I find that I find it very confusing to to play against this, because you don't know, is it Sand King or is it Pangolier who's going to be the core?
Yeah, and that's definitely a very valid concern as well, right? Maybe it's Dawn support, maybe it's a Pango support. Who really knows here?
Another thing is that they could both be cores. It could be the Pangolier mid and the Sand King off lane. Dawnbreaker is like 4 or 5, depending on their last pick, depending on how they want the game to go. And Monkey King comes out as the carry.
Well, the Monkey King would do great against the Sand King, Dawnbreaker, or Pangolier, right?
For sure. And she's paired up with the Bloodlust Ogre, so you get that bonus attack speed, which really helps the Monkey King, who just wants to get as many hits off. Actually, Ogre Magi has the best two of his best friends, Slaughter and Monkey King. Like, this is a weird group to think of as best friends, but they are.
Yes. New scenes from the Lion King. Best friends, Ogre Magi, Monkey King, and Slaughter. I mean, I'm quite hyped to see what this will do, right? Because we do see a team comp where Terminator, they want to run at you, they want to tempo you a little bit. Whereas Foxy Gaming, they're playing what they like to play. The Medusa, the defensive style. You come up a high ground and we'll counter engage
Radiant
on you.
team ban.
Good stunts coming out from Foxy Gaming as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's, Sand King, you got the Pango Roll, you got the Dawnbreaker stun. Two of these are kind of a little bit more difficult to land, but still pretty good. Terminator, though, no difficulty there. Boundless Strike is very easy. You got the Fire Blast, the Ring Crush, Rubik Lift, and of course you got the Bash from Slardar.
10
So Terminator's
seconds
draft,
remaining.
on terms of execution and team fights, feels a little bit
Dire
easier.
team
Foxy Gaming, a lot of weight is going to come down the Pangolier. And Terminator, they believe that the position 5 has not been picked, and they think it's going to be the Pangolier mid, so they're banning out strong supports.
Yep, banning out strong supports here. The Phoenix, the Snapfire, they're going to be
10
really
seconds
great
remaining.
options that combo really well with some of their heroes here as well. Let's see what's going to be
5
the last ban.
seconds
I think a lot of
remaining.
carries as well as mid lane is being banned away. So mid lane is going to get choked out pretty hard here for the side of Terminator.
Radiant team
Assuming
ban.
it's
Alright,
not,
Bad Rider and Quap.
an Ogre Magi, mid
Yeah,
laners.
true. We always have to account for that when Terminator is playing.
I think Foxy Gaming might consider the Omni Knight. You're up
Dire
against. You look at the
team.
damage; it's all physical. Like there is nothing else than physical damage. It's just Monkey. It's like Monkey King's physical, Slaughter's physical, Ogre Magi and Rubik. Yeah, they're mostly magic, but they don't bring that insane amount of damage later on. So Omni Knight with the Guardian Angel would negate so much of it. And it's not bad here to
10
have in the
seconds
lane.
remaining.
You can Heavenly Grace yourself. That's 18. Like level 2 is like 18
5
strength. You can
seconds
survive
remaining.
against Slaughter Rubik. But we'll see what they go with.
We'll see what they go
Radiant
with
team
indeed. They
pick.
have a lot of reserve time, but they're not going to need it at all. Going for the Grimstroke support here. So what do you think is the lineup? Who's the mid lane? Is it Pango? Is it Dawn? Is it Grim?
No, it's gotta be the Pango. It's like 5 Grim, 4 Dawn, Pangolier mid, Sand King off lane.
Okay, that makes sense.
You have decent
10
things to work with the
seconds
Soul Bind. You have the double snakes as well as the double stun, so
Yeah.
both are really
5
good.
seconds remaining.
Pangolier as well as Dawnbreaker don't give you anything though. It is kind of risky. Like they're going really aggressive with the draft from Foxy. I like it, but part of me is like, I don't know, like go hard or go home, right?
You may now select
And
your
Storm
heroes.
Spirit looks pretty good here. They don't really have any hard lockdown for him. There's the silence from Grim and there's the stun from Sand King, but that's it, right?
I mean, there's still the Pangolier who can also get the stun off, and if you can get like with the roll. Ningen played mid for them last game, I believe, and now she's going to be playing the Sand King in the. Either she's taking Sand King mid or she's going to be switching roles, which it's like switching roles sometimes
Interesting
comes
stuff.
with a bit of risk. Connie Lisa is going to be the position 5 Dawnbreaker. Grimstroke position
Okay.
4. Okay, so Grimstroke.
I think that makes more sense, right? Because if you're Dawn Sand King 3-4, doesn't Monkey just bully you?
That's true. Like that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. On the other hand, though, Honey Lisa is gonna kind of suffer. Like you're up against the Slaughter and the Rubik.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
Good luck getting the star break off. I like that. Yesterday we were talking. She's like dush dush and poof, with the hit. She's gonna get a dush dush, but she's never gonna get that third hit because
Yes,
it's just
that is
way
true.
too much.
She's gonna get lifted. She's gonna get stunned. Never really gonna get the stun down. And honestly, I don't think she'll be able to use a hammer to fly away as well, because the lift just counters that instantly.
I guess a small positive of that is that the when you throw the hammer, you have like 2 seconds or something to go
Yeah.
to it. Early lift doesn't last that long, so you can still get some use out of it. It's not much, but it's still something. Oh, there's starting off with the stun.
Alright,
Sorry,
that's what we love to see,
Alright.
starting it off with a pause.
Okay.
it's
that
the
was
classic.
unexpected.
All right. I don't know. I think I like Foxy Gaming's draft a little bit more. Definitely a lot of executions required. But if you can execute, like you get a good soul bind, you get it on like any two, you win a fight by a lot. Although the graph says that Radiant has the better draft in general. Look at the graph there. You go 52% probability.
Yep, just right from the get-go. Honestly, if you tell me that blue team, or like the Radiant team, is Terminator, I would probably give them 52% win probability right from the get-go as well.
I think it's just based on draft, though. I don't think
Yeah, this is based on draft.
What do you think, though? Do you think that they are looking better here?
I mean, I don't know. To me, it just feels like Foxy's team comp is just so reliant on the Medusa once again.
It's worked for them in the past, though.
It has, right? But like
Mm.
if you put all your eggs into one basket, that's a risk, you know?
I don't completely agree with you about that. I think that this game is less carry dependent than the previous one because you have
Okay.
the Pango, the Sand King mid lane, sorry, mid game to make space, and you have the Dawnbreaker global impact to help anyone. You have the Grimstroke, who is like Grimstroke. If she can get her spells off, she's an amazing hero. The problem is that she's so fragile and her cast range is not amazing. But if she can get her spells off, she's amazing. So I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
On the other side, they are very active though on Terminator side. Like you got Monkey King as well as Slaughter and Storm. These are all fighting cores.
Yeah, Storm and Monkey King Slaughter, I think this combination where they jump at you is gonna be so much. It's just gonna be so hard to deal with. And they're gonna come at a pretty early timing as well, aren't they?
I guess the one thing is that Solar Guardian might have to be like your big saving grace. Like, guys, they're jumping on this person. Don't worry, I'll show up out of nowhere. Although Dawnbreaker, I think Annalisa's maybe swapping roles because Sleepless is actually buying the sentries and the wards. Annalisa's going for the boots and the tango. So they are swapping roles. It is going to be the 4 Dawnbreaker and the 5 Grimstroke. Probably, you know.
Yeah. We'll never know until they go into their lanes for sure, but here we go. The members of Terminator. They are in the jungle. They are gonna find Sand King, but Sand King, does he have the Burrow Strike available? So many stuns coming through. He does Burrow Strike. It looks like he will be able to get out just for now. Dawnbreaker, where's the stun? He doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. She just manages to body block for her Sand King, and he gets out of there. That's all good then.
Risky as hell body block though.
Yeah, I think just add the stun, play it safe.
I wonder if she could have considered throwing the hammer for longer, from like a further distance, but either way, Ningen makes it out. Does take the stun level 1. I'm not sure if that's something she wanted or not. Like, I don't actually... Sand King mid is so rare that we don't really know what would be the ideal skill point for them.
Yeah, we'll have to see as well. Honestly, I don't know as well. We'll have to figure this one out as we go. But I think the interesting thing is, I want to look out for, on the Radiant side, what kind of a timing window do you think they'll be going for these plays from? It seems like Slaughter, Storm, and K even, they can start fighting pretty early before Medusa is ready, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, in Slaughter, once you get the Blink Dagger, you're ready. Storm Spirit can get an Orchid, which is really good this game. Monkey King doesn't care. Like, Monkey King just fights whenever she wants. So I think they're on a timer. It's like when you're basically can fight whenever you want, and you look at them, they're pretty low cooldown. Only Wukong takes a while. Everything else, no cooldown. Other side, way different. Solar Guardian, Rolling Thunder. All their ultimates have a cooldown. 2 minutes up to them.
But I think what I do like about this game is that we're seeing the attack versus the defense side of the matchups. Like Radiant, they want to run into you, they want to start the fights. For Dire, they want to back off, they want to keep safe, they want to counter engage. I think that's going to be really cool.
I think so too. By the way, you remember you do have the Monkey King and the Pangolier. I was hoping to see the Grimstroke go with the Sand King bottom, because then you can stun Inkswell. Not sure how.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
okay. That's just a lot of burst damage, isn't it? The Mystic Snakes, as well as the burst from the Dawnbringer. That's gonna be really nice. But the solo kill from the Sand King here. Look, I've played against the Sand King mid once, and I can tell he does a deceptive amount of damage.
Oh yeah, especially if you can get those couple of hits with a Caustic Finale, like you wouldn't expect them. So, Miri, like, yeah, we call Storm Spirit a range hero, but we give that's more of an honorable range hero than actual range. You know?
Like Gyro in the last.
You know, it's like, yeah, like Gyro's flying, but he's really only 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Is he really flying? So Storm Spirit.
He's hovering.
480 attack range. Like, I think it's Monkey King like 200 something. Okay, Monkey King is like 300. Yeah, Monkey is like 300. He's barely ahead of a Monkey King who's melee. Oh, Bidaya.
Yeah, I mean, for once we're seeing the lanes not really going in the favor of Terminator, right? And we have to see how that plays out, because basically every game so far, the lanes have gone at least even for them, and most of the times they've come out ahead as well.
Yeah.
So this time around, maybe having to play from behind. First time seeing them do that.
And they usually do pretty well for them. I wonder how useful, like, if we Spangler put points Lucky Shot early on, the ability to stop the enemy from attacking is the disarm on the Monkey King could be a huge deal in the bottom lane. You know, Gil gets like 3 hits. Oh, he's gonna get the 4 Jingu, and then you disarm. Like, nope. That's how it works.
Disarm, nothing you can do.
Still, I don't think Storm is really suffering much in the mid lane, despite that. Ningen, though, is actually more than a level ahead, but in terms of CS, Miri is recovering nicely.
Yeah, Honey Lisa now getting a bit low, but has the self to just top herself back up. I love how the wave has been controlled by Nana and Honey Lisa this whole game. Like, Nana's wave has been close to her tower the entire time. She's never been in any real danger, really.
Oh dear.
And look at the burst combo coming out. Medusa and the Dawnbringer. But they're just gonna turn this one around. They're gonna just back away here. Don't want to risk Nana taking any damage.
Surprising use of the Celestial Hammer coming out a bit late. It's a decent spell. Level 1 is like, it gets a lot better as you level up because both it gets longer. Oh, bot lane.
They just take down the Ogre Magi with silence. You see him turn around, try to go for the stun, but the silence is enough to just stop him in his tracks there. That's gonna be that. Like, you see every single lane right now being won by Foxy, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
We talk about fatigue, we talk about how tired they might be. You need to get something going here.
Yeah, this is so much for morale, right? Like when you start off, every lane's got a kill, so you're like, my god, we're winning every lane. You know, let's pick it up. And this is I still would prefer the Grimstroke with the Sand King, but Grimstroke at Fangler can do a lot. You know, once you get the Inkswell and he swashbuckles in, what are you gonna do? You can't really run away. There's a lot of slow coming out from Cat Chaser, especially with the controlled. Like you control your slow now with the Shield Crash compared to before.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. You're in full control when you want to go for slow, when you want to go for play, and I think the combo with the Pango and the Grimstroke, you know, not the worst as well. You get the Pango to just dash in with the Inkswell on him.
Meanwhile, mid lane, I wonder if what Ningen's gonna buy. If he's gonna go with like the standard Sand King items, you know, like Blink Dagger and like Aghanim's shot, or she's gonna go bottom lane.
Oh no, is Monkey gonna drop here as well? That's so bad. So far we've only seen supports die, but that's the plus one for Terminator getting taken down as well. It's starting to look difficult for them, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and well, at least it's taking a stack here for me, but yeah, in terms of laning stage, like Monkey King's only got 18 CS. Yes, Medusa's got a little bit more than that, but she also has a kill to her name, so the net worth is gonna start reflecting that very soon.
Yeah, gonna start reflecting that indeed. And look at the Sand King. He's been doing. I mean, the Storm Spirit has to stack the farm, so that's pretty nice for him. But other than that, the Sand King has just been farming lane, and he's been doing very well for himself.
Good move to bring Legaia to the mid lane. Like you want your Rubik to get level 6 as soon as possible, and if you can steal like Burrow Strike from Sand King, it's really good. So they recognize that Storm Spirit's kind of suffering the lane. So like, all right, you just go jungle. We'll have Legaia go mid. We'll be farming basically like an extra lane of resources, and that might be the play for them. If your lanes are gonna lose, you might as well just like take whatever you can to the other lanes. Bottom lane though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It's gonna be really nice. I like to see the Rubik get some items early on as well. That's always nice to see. But you know, something else we gotta keep in mind is this is Terminator deviating a little bit as well from their standard strategy. And so far, it's not going so well for them.
No, not at all. But bottom lane, Storm's here.
Yeah, Storm's here looking for a bit of a gang. Has the TP to come into this. Don't think they'll be able to find anything though. The Pango just playing so far away. Do they have any setup on this? It's really just a stun from the Monkey.
And that's kind of time wasted for Miri. Like Miri's
A
actually
lot
back,
of time wasted, yeah.
especially when you're in this. I mean, she does have the second highest CS, so it's again, it's like she wastes 20 seconds. It's not the biggest deal, but it is time wasted, and you don't want that. Oh, look at that!
That is a massive stack. She is living the dream right now. That's the Medusa dream right now. You're gonna see the gold just swing. You're gonna see the farm count just swing.
And then during that time, Hyalisa gets a free lane because they know that it's Slaughter alone. They have good wards coming out here. Rubik is coming top though, so Hyalisa backs out to the tower, doesn't want to die. Doesn't have anything to her name though. She's got a magic stick and boots, which she bought right at the start of the game.
Yeah, not really having the best scenario, but soaking up some solo EXP is always gonna be nice. You gotta get that Dawnbreaker ultimate as early as you can, really. I think that's gonna be very effective to counter away the team composition here on the side of the Radiant. Nice little steal there from Legaia. Not only is he farming mid wave, he's taking away jungle camps. She is doing a lot on the map right now.
Yeah, 14 CS is pretty good. Oh, but there you go.
Oh no, TPs come in, but is this really enough here? Cat Chaser gonna come out of the ball, not quite. The last hit, enough to take down Gil. And this is the TP coming in from Hazel as well. Is this gonna be enough? Cat Chaser wants to keep the fight going. She's not backing away. On the other side though, Sleepless is gonna drop and Hazel is gonna turn around. And Cat Chaser putting so much pressure down, taking a 1v2, doing pretty well in this scenario. Monkey King did get dropped, but Cat Chaser will get taken down in return, and that is still gonna be a 1 versus 2, oh sorry, a 1 for 2 at the end of the day in favor of the Radiant, but they commit so much in the form of TPs.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still worth it. I think that if you are Terminator, you're kind of happy with that. Pacific Ring aren't sad either. They're like, yeah, we killed the enemy carry. We wasted so much of their resources. So both teams kind of walk out thinking like, all right, that was pretty good, but not perfect, you know?
Not perfect, far from it even. And I think the big thing I want to look out for right now is if you look at this Monkey King, and we've been talking about Gil and how amazingly Gil has been playing today. In every game, she's always been farming up, she hasn't been dying, and she's been a menace in the late game. This time around though, she's the call with the lowest CS in the entire game.
And this is actually a big problem because
it's a huge problem, yeah.
Monkey King firstly is a lane dominator, like kind of carry.
Yeah.
Did not get that. Secondly, the hero is a tempo carry, which means that you really need to like have a decent playing stage, which may not be happening at all. And thirdly,
there we go. Cat Chaser and Slipless, once again, this combo, they're just gonna chase down Hazel. Don't even need the Pango roll to come back around. That's just dominance right now. This Pango Grim lane is doing a lot, but smoke comes in from Terminator. They want to find something of their own. They know ultimates are down. This is their timing window. What can they really find, though? Is it just gonna be Dawnbringer here? Gil's gonna get jumped on first, though. All this magic damage. Yet the Scepter gets popped as well. You're not gonna be able to get out of that one in time. Miri's gonna run extremely low on mana here as well.
What a hell!
In the Sandstorm, that is gonna be the Dawnbringer ultimate use as well. Gil gets dropped. Miri gets dropped. Toss 1 and 2 both taken down. This is as much of a disaster as you can really get for the Radiant team, and Terminator, they're not going to be happy with that one. They want to keep it going. Slaughter is here. Hazel is here to try to turn this one around. Just finds 1 kill, but losing your plus 1 and losing your plus 2, cannot be happy with that.
I mean, they got 3 kills just for the Dawnbreaker, and remember, they actually used the smoke to go up there. Like, they were really hoping to get this kill, and it's Terminator. I was going to go through my 3 points of what the worst thing about being Monkey King in this game, being behind, is you're not up against like an Ursa who you can sort of like, alright, if I'm behind, it's okay because they're not a very hard scaling carry. You're up against Medusa, one of the hardest scaling carries in the game, and you don't scale that well. So
yeah. Do you think Gil is gonna have to, a bit of a sidetrack, right? But do you think Gil is gonna have to do something like buy a diffusal for his ultimate, for her ultimate? Is that a viable strategy?
I mean, we've seen them like Monkey Kings buy diffusal just normally because it's a good item for them. Put them with the slow. You know, they go like Echo Saber, diffusal, BKB. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, we'll have to wait and see if that's something they're thinking of, though. That's what she's thinking of.
Right, so Terminator going for a bit of group play here. We said they want to tempo the game a little bit, and that's exactly what they're finding. They lose the kills, but they manage to trade some tempo across the map, taking a top tier 1 turret in exchange for their bottom tier 1 turret. Both teams just sacrificing their off lane turrets right now. Ooh, bit of action in the mid lane down towards the end though. Level 11, if they get this kill, it can be huge. That's gonna be a big kill there. Level 9 to level 11. Good dodge from Miri. Really nice stuff coming through from the Storm Spirit. Didn't have the best laning phase, but managed to pull that one around. I'm not exactly sure why Grimstroke turned around right there, but she will just get popped out by Hazel. No real items on the Slaughter, but still doing a tremendous amount of damage. And look at her gold count right now, 1,900. She's approaching that blink, and I think that's the timing for Terminator to go.
Yeah, I just that death by Grimstroke was a bit of a freebie. You can see like Slaughter was walking in, but she wasn't that fast. And Grimstroke was like, alright, I'll ink swap myself and live long enough to stun you, and there was no way in hell that was happening. So,
yeah, exactly. It was a bit ambitious there for sure. It didn't pan out in the end.
Very surprising move. But again, the Medusa continues her farm like escapade? Can you say that? Her farm parade, whatever.
Farming escapades, yeah.
Thank you. I was like, I wasn't sure how to phrase it, but she is just farming up a storm, and that is going to be the biggest problem. Like, everything we've seen so far, has been an issue for Terminator, but the biggest issue is the one we haven't seen, which is the Medusa. Like Medusa just stacks after stack. Another stack is there, by the way.
Another stack is there, and yeah,
Radiant are
her teammates
scanning.
have been doing a very diligent job of just stacking for this Medusa. But it looks like this is gonna be her first real taste of action right now. We're gonna see the Blink Dagger from the Slaughter. This is gonna be the Blink review. Can they kill Medusa in time? Can they kill her before she screams? Seems like no, they don't want to overchase her. Very good restraint there, just backing off when they know they can't go for the play, and they, you know, just as I say that, he blinks back in, doesn't quite find anything, that's gonna be just that. Nice little catch there, they're just gonna have to sacrifice the poor little Rubik. And this is what we see Foxy do so well. Play around their high ground, play around their jungle entrances, and just bait them into you.
By the way, they had an observer ward on that cliff. That was incredible for Foxy because you can see Nana walking in and out. Like she broke the smoke, then she walked. Then she was like, "Wait, I can bait them, guys. I can bait them," and she did. And worked out fantastic for them. Dawnbreaker is gonna go for the Holy Locket, bursts her heal, increases her healing by 35%. So that's a huge deal. And oh, there you go, Cat Chaser.
Oh, not enough follow damage, but that's gonna be the Dawnbringer ultimate just used there. Dawnbreaker pops the Solar Guardian because she's worried of some follow-up, but nothing just gonna happen, and I think he'll take those. That's a good trade. That's a really long cooldown on the Dawnbreaker ultimate. Close to 100 seconds from now. That's a big timing window. We're gonna try to find a play here.
The problem is that Miri doesn't have an Orchid. Like you need the Orchid on the Storm Spirit. You don't have that yet, and that's costing you because you can't play as fast as you'd like. So, and another thing is that even when she gets the Orchid, it's not gonna be as good as you'd like it to be. Like there's a Sand King, he's gonna go for the Yules. Pangolier already has a Yules, so you're losing a lot of value of that Orchid. Medusa's going with this Manta style as well.
I do want to point out something really quickly. If we take a look at the net worth charts here, all 3 calls from the side of Foxy are on top of that chart. Whereas all 3 calls from the side of yeah, I mean, you basically see 3 calls from red, 3 calls from blue, and then the 2 supports lining up after each other after that. It's not a great spot to be in. It's just everyone on the side of Foxy are ahead of their counterparts right now.
Yes, but Foxy fans are loving this. They're like, these are
Foxy fans are loving this.
These are the numbers we want to see. You know, we don't want to see. We don't want to see green at top. We want to see all red. We want to see 5 red. You know.
We want to see Medusa leading that chart, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Pangolier has a decent amount of go as well. I mean, I think this is the timing, right? If there's ever a time for Terminator to try to make something happen, surely it has to be now.
I wonder, right? Like, there's still, again, the Orchid, I believe, is on the way for the Storm Spirit. So that will be, yes, that will open them up for a chance. You can jump
the Orchid, the Blink, this is it.
Alright, let's see what they can do with it though. What's Monkey King have? There is a smoke, there's a big smoke. Monkey King does have the Echo Saber. That provides him with a lot.
Yeah, both teams smoked up right now, but on different sides of the map. It looks like they might just try to... Okay, I thought they were going to enter the triangle, look for the Monkey King, but that's not quite going to happen. And that scan really tells them that they're here on the bottom side of the map. Big jump used, but not going to find anything.
Level 1 Storm...
This is just an error, right? They're not setting their waves up beforehand.
The level 1 ball lightning is kind of slow if you look at Storm. Like, you look at level 3, there's zips, like, you know, zip zap, but level 2 is pretty fast as well. But level 1 is like, he actually takes longer to curl as a ball. Like, that actually gets faster as you level up. So he's like, I'll curl into a ball, and they roll slowly. It's like, oh man. Less ball lightning and more like tub of lard, really.
Yep, that's exactly the case. He needs some time to warm up here, but that smoke gonna get wasted, and that's one timing window, one opportunity
Monkey King
missed out by Terminator. Monkey King just jumping away, but he's not gonna be able to get the farm from this tower, and that's gonna be a bit tough for him. No backup at all. Her teammates are not available here at all. Epicenter doesn't quite get used. Inkswell does though, so that's one cooldown down.
They are hoping like Monkey King just jumps in, and they keep waiting, but it doesn't happen.
Patience, right? That's really nice to see. The patience, the discipline from Gil, not letting them find a pick onto her.
This is bad no matter what Terminator does. They can't actually fight because Sand King and Pangolier are so strong right now. And they can't actually afford to just farm the map away because Gil won't scale as well as Medusa. But this would be good if you can get a couple pickoffs, although Sleepless. Oh, the TP in front of your face.
Do see every member here investing a lot to try to make their way up topside, but they're not going to find anything yet again, and the gold lead is stagnant right now. Keep in mind, when we watched Foxy play Game 3 earlier today,
Yeah.
what they needed to do, even though they were behind in gold, was just farm and defend. Now they're ahead in gold. They're definitely going to be happy here.
Very much. I mean, like, Medusa is so far ahead of the
Radiant's
Monkey
bottom
King.
tower is under
Like,
attack.
2,000 gold is a big deal when when you already have 7,000 gold. 2,000 gold extra is a lot.
Radiant's
And
middle tower
Ogre
is under
Magi
attack.
doesn't scale much in the late game.
Dire's top
Well,
tower is under
let's see.
attack.
We did see a money maker, a money stone drop. Who's gonna take it? Is it gonna be the Grimstroke or is it gonna be the? It's gonna be the Dawnbreaker actually. I think she has the one with the money
Radiant's
stone.
bottom tower is under attack.
Wait.
Okay, that's going to be
Dire's
nice.
top tower is
Just
under
sitting there,
attack.
getting some gold, getting that holy
Radiant
locket, chopping some
structures are
trees
fortified.
down.
She's
Pretty good situation for them to be in right now. They're happy with the way the game is going. That's what we keep saying. Nowhere at all for Rubik to run. Turns around, tries to steal a spell. Will pay with her life. Mira though trades up to Grimstroke. Honey Lisa trying to get away, but you're not going to be able to go anywhere here. And that's the ultimate expanded. That's going to be a nice use of well, not a nice use, but that's going to be Solar Guardian wasted. They want to go for the Medusa, and I got to tell you, Medusa's alone. This might be it right now. They don't seem to have the lockdown for her, though. Not going to be in range for the Vortex. Does have Soul Ring. Will it be enough? There we go. We get the Vortex down. We get the Jingyu down. We get the Wukong's Pawn down, and that's everything you needed from the side of Terminator. They spend everything. But to kill Medusa, it's what you gotta do.
It's totally worth it. All they lost was Rubik, and they got 3 kills in return for both the sports as well as the Medusa. And
Just very staggered, right?
sorry.
Like 2 members of your team be out, and you guys are still in the bot side jungle on the side of Foxy. It just seems very staggered.
Yeah, like well, once the Rubik was killed, I guess they thought that maybe there's only be 1 or 2 people bottom. So they're like, oh, Rubik was killed. Maybe Rubik had
Radiant's middle
supports with them,
tower is under
like help the top lane. But whatever's the case, Foxy Gaming cannot play without the Sand King and the Pangolier. Like, these are the two that you have to play with. The other, like, Medusa, you don't need to play with her. She doesn't need to do anything except farm. But the Sand King and the Pangolier were not around, and you'll never win a fight without these two.
Yeah, that's exactly the case, right? And I think the Sand King and the Pangolier, like you mentioned, they've both been key in unlocking the game state so far, but also they have so much gold that they need to be part of the fight to make that effective amount of gold. I do like that we're starting to see Storm and Monkey King catch up in the gold charts though, but Medusa is still extremely rich here.
Yeah. In terms of supports, I like the Dire supports more, man. Grimstroke. We haven't actually seen a Soulbind, by the way. Have you noticed? We haven't actually seen a single
Yeah,
Soulbind.
you're right. We haven't seen a Soulbind used just yet this game.
I wonder if Rubik can steal Soulbind, by the way. That's an amazing spell for them.
Yes.
Because they get double Fire Blast, double Ignite, double Vortex, double
lift.
Corrosive, double Lift, double Fade Bolt.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be amazing.
like when you look at the 2 teams and you think, well, which one really benefits from Soulbind? I think Radiant is really good with Soulbind. But
yeah, definitely. Well, you're not gonna let him steal that, are you?
nah, it's hard to. Although
Yeah.
generally anything from Grimstroke is pretty good to steal from. Like Stroke of Fate is. Oh, it's only level 2 though. Like once it's maxed out, it's amazing the damage it can do.
Dire's top tower is
That
under
is
attack.
true as well. Grimstroke has to be very careful, but with the Ada Lance, not going to be playing very close to the fight. Going to be extremely hard to steal his spells away. Blink Dagger being looked for right now by Legaia on this Rubik.
Dawnbreaker.
That's going to be a big pickup.
Looks like she does have. I think she bought the Tome, so we're getting close to that level 2 Solar Guardian. The amount of heal you get really increases from 45 to 70. An additional 21 was 30%. Yeah, additional like 30%, 21 healing. Like you're healing 91 HP in an AoE. That's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at the top lane here, Dawnbreaker has actually destroyed all the trees. Make sure Monkey has no space to do anything cheeky.
She's like the budget timber saw, you know. I was like, I'll cut what I can. I'll do what I can.
It takes so much longer, but she gets it done.
You know. Do you play a lot of Dawnbreaker?
I actually have never played it.
Then I was actually discussing this earlier yesterday with Sophie. The Dawnbreaker, when she throws her hammer, when you have to actually like click how far you want it to go. So you can throw close range, you can throw far range. And I'll be honest, I have no idea why you would ever not throw its full range.
That is true. That is true.
Like if you like, the further it is, the longer the trail is, the more like things you'll be
What you
hitting.
burn.
And I don't think like there's a speed thing. Like look at that. She threw it all the way. Like, why would you now throw it all the way every time?
Yeah.
Are scanning.
Yep. I love this. Honey Lisa just making this area of the map her home, destroying all the trees.
She runs back and she has like a ward there. It's like, all right, if you show
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
even if I miss a tree, I'll see you somewhere. And
I do like it though. You notice that she's not destroying these trees. Okay, well I say that, but then now she does, right? Because she knows that if he's on these trees, she will be able to see the Monkey King, and she will be able to destroy those trees. So that's always a nice touch.
I think that she
Nice little presence of mind.
might need to consider trying her best to get to level 12 though, because she's
Yeah.
like level 11 and like a third. If you get level 12, your healing gets a huge boost. So
Oh, but what's this? Smoke is used. This time Sanking is here, Pangalia is here. We've seen the game in a bit of a stalemate for a while now. What's gonna happen right now? There we go, we get the stun onto the Slaughter. He's not really gonna be able to do anything.
Nice,
Solar
yeah.
Guardian invested as well. They want to keep the fight going on the Dire side, but will they be able to find anything else? It looks like on the backline though, Monkey King finds something. Storm with the BKB as well. It's going to be very effective in this fight. Monkey has no BKB of his own, so she is just forced to back away. But still, they win the fight because of the Storm Spirit.
oh wow,
Gaia, nice little lift there. Gets onto Cat Chaser. Has the Shroud from Sand King as well, so that's going to be nice to
Radiant's
just
middle
stay on
tower
the ground,
is
stay
under attack.
undiscovered. I do want to point out that the Pangolier actually has a Blink Dagger, so a lot of catch potential here.
but perhaps a bit too much catch potential. Like, do
Yeah,
you
maybe.
actually need the blink dagger on Pango?
Yeah, that's true.
When-
Like Sand King will blink in and you just follow it up, right?
Yeah, it's like imagine like everyone on your team has blink dagger, and you're like, well, that's 10,000 gold of our collective money going to the item that gives us no stats. So I think that actually cost them. And also, no, Epicenter wasn't used by the Sand King that fight. They got a little bit greedy with it, thinking that we can burst them down without it, and they paid for it with their lives.
Alright, so
By the way,
Gold, for the first time this game, swings away to the side of Terminator. This is the first time, oh well, I just say that, but it's immediately gone. It's very close right now. It's basically a dead even game. So I think the next fight or two is really going to be pivotal to see who comes out on top here.
one thing we haven't really talked about is both teams' catch potential, and I would say I still favor the Dawnbreaker and the Grimstroke over the Rubik and the Lion. I mean the Rubik and the Ogre Magi. But
Yeah.
Grimstroke has an Aether Ledge. That's not enough to save you from a Monkey King jumping around or a Storm Spirit diving in. And
Yes, for sure.
an Ogre Magi, she loves being dove on anyway, because Ogre Magi is like the beefiest support in the game, so she doesn't care. But you look at the other side, like Grimstroke and Dawnbreaker, they do not want to be caught. Oh dear.
Well, but Medusa's gonna be caught. She's gonna be extremely hard to kill, especially
Soul
with the
buying.
Solar Guardian coming in. There we go, this first soul buying of the game that I've seen get used. But that's gonna be double BKBs, just denying the real effect of the soul buy. No follow-up to this one. Anglia rolls in, but that's gonna be the end of that. A lot of ultimates expended here, especially by the side of the Dire. And they're not gonna be able to find a counter engage that they were looking for. I think that's gonna be a very pivotal fight here.
It's a big deal that Radiant has saved everything. They have all their ultimates available.
Everything's available, yeah, and double damage rune is available right now. Does anyone see this? Does anyone find this here? If you give that to even the Slaughter, that could be huge. Monkey
King.
wants it. She's pinging. She wants it. She's coming down. Will she get it in time? Yeah, this is a timing to fight. No ultis for Dire. Only Medusa Scream available. You have the DD. This is it. You're going to start the Roshan off. That's going to be their play here. They're going to force the Roshan. They're going to try to make Dire come into them. And this could be the timing window here for Terminator to try to turn the game around. Sanking is in the vicinity, but she's not going to check just yet. That's going to be Roshan dropping extremely fast. The Corrosive Haze, as well as the double damage from the Monkey King. They're going to pick this one up.
That is like you feel the game slipping a little from Foxy's grasp, because before they were like, oh, they got. I think they could have, like put it in another gear a bit earlier with the Sand King factor. That fight bottom where they lost everyone, and
It was too late, wasn't it? Because BKBs were already out. If they just made that play earlier.
Yeah, it's just that fight bottom lane cost them, and they fight the mid lane. You saw Sand King actually blink in, and both of them were BKB. That's so bad. He was like, what do I do now? They're both BKB. They can't do anything. It's costly. Like Medusa is still the strongest carry in the game by far, but the support staff is not quite there.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? Split shot for Rubik? Not what you like to see for sure.
Helps you with the farming. No,
Helps
Radiant's
you with
bottom
the
tower
farming
is under
indeed.
attack.
Airlance and Bling, Rubik's gonna be a big factor in the next few fights as well. If she can steal anything pivotal, that's gonna be very useful here.
what do you mean
So
if
we'll
she
see.
already has split shot? Did you not see
You're
the,
right, you're right. We need to see her break the smoke and start farming some camps. Make it useful.
It's a max level split shot, by the way. So
Yeah.
it's not one of those level 1 split shots. It's a max level split. How much damage
Radiant's
does
bottom
Rubik even
tower is
do?
under attack.
92.
We'll have to find out.
92
92.
damage. That is.
Not too bad.
I mean, yeah, you got Medusa with 200, like 180. Oh, Rubik is going go for the Aghanims. Not too far from the leader.
Yeah, Rubik has been getting a lot of gold, a lot of EXP this game. The most farm of all the supports. And not by a slim margin either.
I was
We
gonna
really
say.
need to see what she can do here.
I was gonna say like by some
Radiant's
margin
bottom
too. She's
tower
ahead.
is under
But,
attack.
alright, Storm's here. She is under
Storm's looking for
ward.
something. Looking for the
Dire's middle
Aghanims of
tower
herself.
is under attack.
Dawnbringer as well. Dawnbringer has the Aghanims available. Or not available, but soon, halfway to the Aghanims. We'll see what they can find here. The Sand King wants to look for something, but they don't find anyone. They mess up the combo. They lose Cat Chaser before the fight even
Oh, dear.
starts. BKB, Monkey King into the backline. Nowhere for Grimstroke to run. Doesn't even manage to get down the ultimate in time. Looks like Miri might drop, not quite. That's going to be a big turnaround though. Medusa just cannot die, but the Jingu on Monkey King means that he cannot die either. They're going to turn that one around. No BKB for Medusa. Will get Vortex. Jingu is going to outduel him. Slaughter's Corrosive Haze plays a big part in that as well. And all of a sudden, Terminator, they lost the lanes, but they win the fights.
There's just not enough aggression from Foxy Gaming that mid game, you know, like, and I don't like the double blink dagger on the Pango as well as the Sand Keys. Like
Yeah, I
one,
think Pango really didn't either.
like one of you can get it, the other one, like the Lotus Orb is a great item. It's good that she's going for Lotus Orb, but you didn't need the blink dagger to get it.
Dire's
You
middle
would have
tower
actually
is
had it
under
without it.
attack.
You could just disassemble the arcane boots. So that's a costly like error. Oh well, and if you are Terminator, you are loving this. You cannot believe you're lucky because after the laning stage with their draft, I don't really think that they should be winning, but they are. Oh, Slava.
Yeah, but they really are indeed. And a lot of that, I mean, came from the fact that they caught the Pangolier before the fight even started. No ability to contribute anything there. Look at where Gil is right now. Gil is in a very interesting position. 2 seconds on the BKB. He starts with the stun. She's going to jump in onto Sleepless. We talked about how pivotal Gil has been to all the team fights for Terminator this game. She had a weak laning phase. She was getting bullied out a lot. She is managing to turn this one around. Massive zip coming in from Miri. But it's going to work because they get right on top of the Dawnbreaker. They want more. They want the Pangolier as well. They're not content with just Dawnbreaker. Gil though has the Aegis still available. That's going to be Medusa using the screen. That's going to be a big epicenter. Can they turn this one around? It looks like they can. Gil just forced the back away, not popping the ultimate of her own. The Gaia will drop, and that's an overdive into Medusa. That's not where you want to be. You're getting punished out, and you will just be forced to back away there. I think they should have just been content with the Dawnbreaker.
For sure, like they were gonna like. I think that was just so greedy. They see the Dawnbreaker is a free kill. They're like, no, we want Cat Chaser. Gil is forced to use the BKB. Can she get the kill? She looks like she might, but
Okay, Gil putting this one around. Has the Wukong's command as well. Wants a bit more, but no BKB left. Means that likely she will just drop in 30 seconds on the Aegis. Means that she will be able to come back to life, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. 3 on 1, what can Gil really do? Nice little sidestep on that, but the snakes will just stun her up. Not able to proc the Jingle. Means that Gil will just drop at the end of that one. And that's a heartbreaker. The goalie just swings around. They started to find their way back into the game, but Terminator, they just threw it all away.
yes, I mean, like, you know, you never want to say that exactly, but they chased for Cat Chaser when they had an easier kill. They could see them teleport. They could have gone Dawnbreaker, but they were like, no, we want to get the value kill. We want to get the best kill we can, and that was too expensive. Sometimes you know, you gotta accept that you're gonna kill the position 5 and be happy with it.
Yeah, that's exactly the case there. We'll have to see what they can do right now. How do they reassess the situation? How do they determine what they need to do next?
And Sandy is level 22, by the way. When she gets level 25, that's 40% slow and blind. Oof. That's
gonna be huge.
That's
Yeah.
a nightmare. And you're taking 150 damage the whole time. You're being slow and blinded. You don't want to make MKB on the Monkey King. You have to kill the Sand King doing BKB, or you bust. Oh, and Monkey King does have the Diffusal Blade that you wanted.
Yeah. Has the diffuser blade, but I think something we got to touch on as well is BKB timers are getting extremely low here
Yeah.
for the side of Terminator. They've been using it in basically every single fight so far. I feel like we're rapidly approaching. You know what? I'm just gonna take a quick look. Why am I speculating?
No, it's 766. I did 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only Monkey King is on
there
7.
we go.
The rest are all on minimum.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. You know, it's gonna get harder and harder for them to team fight against the heroes that are available on the Dire side with such a low BKB timers. It's gonna be tough.
And you have to wonder what exactly it has to come from pickoffs, because I think Terminator, once the Dawnbreaker has Aghanims, you can actually engage them in a 5-on-5, because Gil throws a Wukong, but guess what? Dawnbreaker throws this massive heal with a 60% evasion. You can't fight that.
Yep. You really can't. You can't fight into that. You can't fight into the Sandstorm. You can't fight into the Epicenter, the Medusa Stream.
Radiant are
It's not gonna get any easier for them.
I mean, we said that before, and then they actually won like 2 big
Yeah,
fights.
that's true. So hopefully if we say it again, they're gonna win a fight.
Take our opinions well salted, you know. Well, and it's gonna be the Monkey King, surprisingly well farmed considering everything else. Like the gap now isn't much because, like Medusa should have not more, but she farms so much more efficiently than me.
Yeah, this is basically the lead that Medusa had this entire game. It hasn't grown.
Yeah.
Look at that split shot.
Oh,
She's
damn!
farming with the split
I
shot.
missed it. I saw the guy steal it on screen, and I was like, okay. And then, I missed it. By the way, if Rubik can steal Mystic Snake with the Aghanim Scepter,
Yes.
Ugh.
That would be huge.
or even the Burrow Strike, you get that super long burrow.
You know, honestly, there's so many good things for him to steal. Can he steal the roll when Pangolier is in the ball form?
Yes.
That would be great.
But you want to make, that's why, look at that multi-shot. You got
Radiant's
2
middle
creeps.
tower
The guy
is
is silent.
Getting closer and closer to that Aghanims.
That's why if most Pango players, after they roll, they just press Shield Crash straight away, so that Rubik
Right.
steals Shield Crash. So you don't care, like.
Dyer's
But Rolling
bottom
Thunder,
tower
that's
is
a big
under
deal.
attack.
That is
What are you gonna do here? Jumps in, good stun, gets the useful off as well.
going in on the
Big
kill.
heal.
Everything gets staged. Chadia. I'm losing my train of thoughts, but Gil is lost alive. She gets taken down, but Ningat is extremely low as well. Miro dashes into the back line, will not be able to find anything. And I hate to say it, Otomo, but this looks to be like Terminator. They've lost too big a fight to be able to come back around. They get outscaled. That's not going to be good at all. The combo of the Grimstroke as well as the Sand King, it's just too dominant at this stage of the game.
By the way, I love how they played it. Like the Sand King, instead of straight away jumping with the Inkswell, she waits a second for because she knows like the Inkswell duration is longer than the stun duration of the Burrow Strike. So you want to wear it out a little bit. So really well played by Ningen like that. Those are the
Radiant's
little
bottom
things
tower
that tell you
is
that this
under
player really
attack.
knows what they're doing.
Radiant
Yeah, that's exactly
structures
what we're
are
seeing right
fortified.
now. Ningen as well, going for the Wind Waker, by the way.
Okay, all right, that's a thing.
That is indeed an option.
Check out the mid lane. Sandstorm or Sandstorm.
Radiant's
That's gonna be it then. I mean, we already see the Shiva's got extremely farmed here on this Sand King. I mean, I don't think the game is over just yet, but like we've been saying, it's not gonna get any easier.
And you can see the win percentage, 86.
Message swing.
86%.
Yeah, massive swing.
And Honey-Lisa does have the Aghanims now. Rubik has the Aghanims herself, so if you can steal a good spell, your best spells like Mystic Snake, Burrow Strike, those are sort of the best two. Although Burrow Strike is risky because you burrow your body in. You generally don't want to do that for your Rubik. Like Sand King does it, and that's cool for him. But Rubik's like, could someone else dive before me? Be good.
But what's gonna be going on here? Are they trying to start the Roshan, or is this a bait? Just waiting for some teammates, I believe. Alright, they decide we don't want to risk it. We are just gonna back away from Roshan. Now, I want to point out, Aghanims is available now for the Dawnbreaker. That's gonna be huge for the ultimate.
Oh, the guy
Hasn't bought it just yet, though.
the guy with the Sandstorm, very cheeky. If you are, you can just Sandstorm the Roche Pit like that. Roche Pit, both teams are very strong. One of them has Epicenter as well as the Rolling Thunder, and of course the Dawnbreaker ultimate, like just mentioned.
Yes.
The other team, though, they do have the Wukong's Command, which is also a big deal. I wonder if Slaughter is going to go for the Aghanims. What's she got? She's going for the Aghanims. She did 300 gold away, so she's going to be the river. Her water elementals,
Yes.
all that.
But Slaughter's gonna have very little gold though. She's not farming very well. She hasn't been getting a lot of gold. In fact, Rubik is basically close to gold.
Oh, the guy.
Rubik's gonna get caught though. Ligaya with all that gold, it's not gonna get matter if you get caught. Nice little turnaround here from Slaughter. Will they manage to take down the Sand King? Not quite. The Yules keeps her safe. She's extremely low now though. BKB is popped the Monkey King already. Could this be the fight to turn it around? Miri gets caught out. Where is your BKB? It's up, but it's not enough. The damage from Medusa, there's no one who can really take it out. Monkey King is trying. Sand King is Slaughter is trying. But it's just not enough damage. Lincoln comes back around. No BKB on kill. Doesn't get the Jingle heal as well from the knock, from the stun. And that looks to be like the fight is over.
They all...
Lincoln they're just getting caught too early.
Yeah, they all, like Legaio died and you think, oh, maybe they trade their life, but good Dawnbreaker heal coming out, and Lincoln's able to survive. Just they try to kill the Medusa afterwards, the Wukong, but again, doesn't matter because Medusa, she was like, all right, I'll just tank the whole damn thing because I'm so insanely farmed and just, you know, I'm gonna...
Has the Scotty already as well. Let's see what else she has actually. I'm a little bit curious about that one. Has the Scotty, and don't forget she has a Chrysalis now.
Oh,
so she's gonna be doing a lot of damage.
She'll have a Daedalus right after this fight as well. And
yeah, she's not far from it.
And a second
and
blood.
that's gonna be Roshan. Oh, you can't kill her for the first time already. If she gets the Aegis, how are you ever gonna kill her?
Who are they gonna give Shard to? They already have probably the similar the Sand King. Sand King's just gonna go for the shards.
Yep. What does the Sand King shot do? Epicenter. Oh, okay, a nice little pause every time she takes a couple steps.
Gives you a little bit of damage as well.
Yep. Building towards the Aghanim Scepter as well.
Yeah, I like that. The plus 20 damage for Epicenter adds up a little bit, you know? It's like, well, you get 10 charges, that's an extra 200 damage. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. Miri and Hazel, they're trying to make a play here in the bottom lane, but they're not going to be able to find anything. They're just going to be forced to back away. Mid-tier 2 turrets so low as well. Now, what's the play here for the side of Terminator? Do they try to find something?
No.
14,000 gold lead for the Dire.
I think
but if you don't find... Yeah.
I think they're trying to take... Like, any fight is too risky. Your best thing is to have the Storm and the Monkey King push out the lanes.
Thank you.
How close is Storm to level 25? So she might have to consider taking the... Oh, she's 23. Okay, that's far. But you have to have these two like push aside. You can see Miri's in the bottom because any fight is too risky. You're just gonna lose. But they can't push if you're there. There's no creeps, and that's the strategy you have to go with.
Yep, that's exactly the strategy that they're going with. They're just stalling this one out for a little bit longer. Maybe wait out the Aegis. But if you wait out the Aegis, what items will Medusa have at that point?
The problem is, any item she like, you're in a sort of no matter what you do, you're in trouble. So
yes.
But the worst situation is to fight Medusa with an Aegis than it is with, you know, she gets what, like Hurricane Pike instead of Dragon Lance. You can live with that.
True, that is true indeed. I do want to take a look at Sand King though, see if he has that Wind Waker yet. His teammates are already not dying. Oh, he decided, you know what? I'm not gonna go for that. That's a little bit too much. I'm just gonna go for the Octarine here.
Also has a timeless relic. That's what, I think it's like 25 bonus magic damage, which is insane. Oh!
Okay, they do have the sentry there. You'll to keep them safe. No epicenter, and that's just gonna be Miri dashing away from this one. Nothing really just gonna come out of it.
Miri needs that 25. I don't know if she's gonna go for the static remnant talent, but if you do go for that, you can really defend your base. Without it, it's too difficult. You can see like all of the Terminator, they're going bottom. They want to kill Ingen. Risky when you're so close to the enemy tier 2 though.
Yeah, they want to try to find something on the other side of the map. They don't want to give over their triangle for free here. But their backs are against the wall. They're really stuck between a rock and a hard place here. And it looks like the siege on their tier 3s are coming through here in the top lane. There's going to be 2 cuts as well.
Yeah, they're trying to delay this as much as possible. I wonder if Rubik can steal the
It's not very delayed though.
Not very delayed, for sure. Like
yeah, many stuns used onto the Medusa, but what does this really do? She's not even taking any damage from the turret. Vortex is going to bring her in. That's going to be Lotus off, and that's going to be Stomp Spirit, I think, dropping here as well. Buyback available. Buyback is used. Medusa's Scream is used. Monkey King waiting for her Q to go in, waiting for an opportunity. Fortifiers are used, but not early enough. Tower's really dead. Stomp Spirit got back. What can they really find right now? They want the Sand King. This is going to be the Dawnbreaker ultimate. Keeping her alive, though. They just lack the damage. They're going to go for the Medusa now, but I don't know if that's going to be enough damage as well. They take down Dawnbreaker. Support how who they can kill. They cannot kill your cars. That's going to be dieback for Storm Spirit, and that might just be game here, Otomo. Medusa cannot die. I think if you're playing against this team, it's just time to ban the Medusa.
That it seems like is the best way to do it. And yet there's another kill coming out. But this one goes for Sleepless with 4 down. Nope. Looks like Ogre Magic is going to come back. Sasha May wants to fight, but to what end?
But it's just 2 players. It's just 2 heroes available. What can they do?
We'll have to find out, but I don't think they're going to be able to do too much. And Gil, like you can see, she actually was getting so close to killing the Sand King, but Dawnbreaker ulti, at least I was like, man, don't worry, I got 60% evasion for free. Oh, and then of course I think the Sand King as well gets evasion from the Sandstorm, so that's, he's just not landing hits.
And this is kind of what we talked about, right? The defensive team composition that we see Foxy running is just starting to come together. He's just making it impossible to kill the Medusa, impossible to kill the Sand King. No one can really die here. And on the side of Terminator, I feel like they lost their lanes a little bit too hard. If they had a bit of a lead, at least we're even. Maybe their mid-game spikes could have been enough to take over the game.
By the way, another thing that we want to add is that Grimstroke has a Aghanim shard, so that means that after 3 when the buff when the Inkswell expires, she gets a heal and she also gets a strong dispel, so you can't stun.
That shot is so good.
I mean, for some reason it was very good. Like people loved it because it was used to be 50% heal, 50% bonus damage. Now people don't like it as much. So
Oh, it's just 10%.
more like 20% if you actually.
Okay, that's true. If you do see the BKB get popped extremely early, she doesn't want to get caught here on the slaughter. That's gonna be big though, not having the BKB for the next fight.
Look there.
30 gold advantage for Foxy Gaming. Terminator. It's like it has to be like the most incredible Wukong command. And to what though? The only team fight you have is Wukong command.
Yeah, that really is the only team fight we have. We'll have to see what they can do here. To me, it feels like not much. I'm gonna go with the Ogre. The Ogre is gonna get one shot. Arcane Blink here on the Pangolier as well. You're just gonna be able to turn around, get a bunch of stuns, a bunch of knockups, using the shield crash, using the Monkey King gets knocked out of the tree as well. Nothing she can really do right now. Pops the Wukong on, but is that gonna be enough to do anything? Look at the size of that Dawnbreaker ultimate. It's just gonna be cancelled though. Oh no, Monkey King's gonna die. That's gonna be 1 kill. That's gonna be probably the game. I think the Monkey King has left the game as well. That's GG.
Yep, GG was spawned a few seconds ago, and holy crap, the Dawnbreaker ulti. That's the biggest Dawnbreaker ulti I've seen.
That's the biggest Dawnbreaker I've ever seen as well. With the biggest Wukong's one, and at the end of the day, Dawnbreaker comes out on top. I'm telling you what, ban Medusa the next game with Tomo.
It seems like that would be the thing. Like we started with the ban. They banned Tidehunter as well as the.
They banned the Undying.
Yeah, I mean the Undying is an important part of their victory for sure, but
it is. Yep.
it does seem like it's the Medusa that is like she's the one who carries them to victory in the end.
Yes.
And
it just puts you on too much of a timer, which is so annoying to play.
yes, Nana though, she's clearly mastered the hero to like an insane level.
Yes. Very, very adept at, like, there's not much mechanics to really speak of, right? But she's just so good at finding the timings where she can farm aggressively, where she has to farm safely, and baiting people in with the Medusa as well. I mean, I think the fight at the Triangle was pivotal there, where they didn't manage to catch Nana, because she's just so experienced on this Medusa. She knows where and when she needs to do what.
I love the way that she was able to walk in and out to bait them. She breaks
them,
yeah, she breaks the smoke on the Slardar, then she walks, she's like, oh, I didn't see you, whoopsie. Very well played by
very well played
by everyone on
and
Foxy
I think
Gaming.
a bit of the problem here was the Slaughter as well. He did find a lot of picks in the early stages of the game, but ending it with 9k damage dealt, not being able to keep the farm going, your early priority on this Rubik Slaughter, it seems to have hurt you, Terminator. Why not go back to what works?
I mean, this might have just worked in a different game. It didn't work for them this time, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's one sample size. Terminator has won, what? 7? No, not 7. 9 other games.
A lot of games.
This is their first loss, so it's it just didn't work out. Maybe they'll go back to something a bit more comfortable in the next game.
Hopefully, yeah.
But Foxy Gaming, Medusa. It's like it's gotta be Medusa.
It's the key.
It's the key to everything.
They have not lost with Medusa here today, so I feel like that's something you gotta identify, and that's something you gotta take away. But with that said, we'll have to see if that is the adaptation that is made for the next game. So we're gonna go for a quick break. We'll come back with Game 3, the third and final game of this series.
And we are back with the final game of the day, which is Game 3 of the Grand Finals between Foxy Gaming as well, and Terminator. Took me a second. I got there in the end.
You got it.
I got there in the end. Terminator took game 1 very convincingly, but Foxy Gaming got their signature Medusa pick in game 2, and they were able to, the reverse sweep might be beginning over here. But let's go into the draft and see what Terminator and Foxy Gaming have in store for us in game 3. And we just want to make a quick shout out to the people who made this tournament possible, which are Intel as well as Yahoo. Thanks, guys, for giving all these women a chance to highlight their skills in a professional setting.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at the draft right now from the get-go, how are things panning out? Terminator, they leave up the Tidehunter, but they ban away both the Undying and the Medusa, and that will get immediately snatched up here by Foxy Gaming. That does mean, though, that Terminator get the Sand King that they've used to a lot of success here today.
Yep, when they take the Sand King as well, something like a Mirana or a Lina, they're usually able to crush the lane. But Foxy Gaming, every game that they've played has had the Tidehunter banned against them. But this game, they do have the Tidehunter. And if Cat Chaser is like as impressive with the Tidehunter as we think she is, because it's always banned against her, then there goes going to be the Mirana. Then it might be a very, very difficult game for Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, these are the tools to their success that we've seen already today, and we've seen them use in the past as well. This could be what they need to be. They need to recreate that success, hopefully.
Dawnbreaker also being banned by Terminator. They're like, we hear about your tools of success theory, and we don't like them. We want to make sure we get rid of all of these tools.
Yeah, no saves, banning away the Abaddon as well. I love it. Banning away what they've used to great success.
I find it very strange though, because I don't think Abaddon has been an amazing counter to the Mirana Sand King combo. Like, it's definitely been a counter though, so we've seen that. Oh yeah, we have actually seen it do a really good job in the other situation. So you're right. Fox Gaming taking out the Monkey King. Gil did not have a good laning stage in the previous game, and because it was shut down pretty well, but still had decent impact despite that.
Definitely, and I think that's a recurring trend, right? Everything that Gil plays, she seems to look really good on, regardless of if it takes her a while to scale up or not. She will get to a point where she will have the impact. So banning away Monkey King, I mean, you can't blame them for that as well.
Well, what are they going to go with here? Terminator taking out a lot of those post 5s. They don't want Honey Lisa to be played. She plays really well with the Undying. We saw her play really good with the Dawnbreaker just now as well. But is that really the person you want to keep shutting down, or do you think that is fine?
Well, I mean, limiting the post 5 pool is the route that Terminator is going for right now. But despite that, there are still many options left available, surely.
And we've seen also like people, they can surprise you. We were thinking like, they're going to go for something defensive in the previous game. Then they went for, the Grimstroke instead of a saving support. And it worked great for them. So, yeah, maybe the position 5. Well, I'm just interested to see if they continue. They go with a different year. They go with the Lifestealer ban instead.
Going for the Lifestealer ban instead. That's going to be a good one here for sure.
No saves. And you're up against Sand King Mirana. So that one stun is going to be a big problem. Who they go with? They go with the Elder Titan. First ET that we've casted. Tanky can definitely take a couple of hits, but it seems like he'd be a little susceptible to the Mirana Sand King combo.
Yeah, definitely, especially when he's trying to charge up his Stomp as well. That's the best timing to get on top of him and really just punish him when he's immobile. So we'll have to see how this Elder Titan plays out. But, if you look at the comp alone right now, they have a lot of team fighting power coming in. Tidehunter, Elder Titan, that's going to be very scary to team fight against.
And tanky boys as well. I love me them tanky boys. And what they go with? They go with the Luna. All right, they stay in the position 5. I feel like it has to be some sort of melee position 5. Ogre Magi is in the pool, so you could just take that. Gives you the stun that you need. Someone who can walk forward and provide vision for everyone. Pretty good with the Luna. You can Bloodluster. She can clear out camps even faster. So feeling like the Ogre Magi might be a pick here. But
They're
gonna go with the Grimstroke.
Okay. I like that. I like the Grimstroke here. It's pretty good with the Sand King. It's pretty disruptive against the melees that Foxy Gaming are running right now as well.
And I was Terminator on Rubik's side. What can you steal? I mean, we talked about Grimstroke is pretty good to steal from. Lucent Beam is amazing. Mirana's pretty good as well. Sand King Burst Strike. So there's a lot to steal there. So the lane of Grimstroke and Mirana is pretty punishing for the Titanhunters. A lot of damage. Rubik, if Rubik ever gets caught, then Rubik is dead, basically.
Yeah. That's exactly the case here. We will see Gil play Luna yet again today. Has Gil played Luna earlier today?
Someone did. I forgot who
Yeah,
it
but I
was.
don't think it was
Dire
Gil,
team
right?
ban.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which game it was exactly. Ooh, Foxy.
Okay. No Medusa, so you go for the next best thing, Terrorblade.
Terrorblade does the reflection is amazing against Medusa, against the Luna, sorry,
Radiant
because you get
team ban.
like your own image that does just as much damage. Not so well against everyone else. And the problem is there's a lot of magic damage from Terminator's side. And Terrorblade, chunky boy in terms of armor, but the raw HP is a problem for me. He does not have that much much of an HP pool.
10 seconds
Yeah, it really
remaining.
doesn't, and that's gonna be a bit of issue because there's a lot of magic damage as well for
5
Terminator.
seconds
Both
remaining.
teams need a mid laner for their next pick. Let's see. I think Foxy Gaming needs to make sure they ban any elusive hero because you look at them, their stuns, like they got jump in with the blink Rubik lift, but other than that, it's what
Yes.
Tidehunter Ravage, Elo Titan
Yes.
Stomp. You're not landing those.
It's gonna be very difficult to land for sure.
Dire
Another thing, so
team
the
ban.
downtime for the Foxy Gaming draft, Elo Titan and Tidehunter without their ultimates. I mean, they have long cooldown ultimates, so that's going to be an issue. Terminator, they got Epicenter and Soulbind, but they're slightly less. Like they feel like they can fight without them. Standing with
Yep.
with Stun and Burst Strike and Sandstorm is still a hero.
And
Tidehunter,
Mirana as well, right? The follow-up is there.
exactly. Whereas Tidehunter without Ravage is, I mean, that's why they call him the
10
big
seconds
watermelon,
remaining.
right? He's cute. He's not. It doesn't look like he's a damaging, scary thing.
5 seconds
He's hard to
remaining.
kill, but he doesn't give much other than that without
Exactly.
Ravage.
Looks like
Yeah.
Foxy Gate. What spirit do we have? Storm Spirit's still in the pool.
Dire team pick.
And they'll take out the Death Prophet instead. That was a problem for them in game one.
It was very annoying to deal with. But I think back to your point about the timings and about how limited their timing windows are on the side of Foxy Gaming, Terrorblade is much the same. Their pause
Yeah.
one is reliant on Metamorphosis.
Exactly. Like that's the thing about Foxy Gaming. It has to
10
be
seconds
a
remaining.
mid that can sort of fight all the time. Queen of
Yeah.
Pain doesn't exactly fill that
5
role, but at
seconds
least you
remaining.
might be able to stagger your ultimates a little bit. So you have all these big ultimates, and you don't have to. All you have to do is not use all of them. You
Radiant
find the
team
position 5 CM, you don't all. Oh, there goes the Queen of
Queen
Pain.
of Pain.
Huh.
There goes the Queen of Pain, gonna get taken out by Terminator. I believe they did play one Queen of Pain match earlier in the tournament, but other than that, I think they won a game against Foxy with Queen of Pain. I might be
10
wrong on that. Let me
seconds
just double check
remaining.
that really quickly.
And while you're there, I'm thinking about Foxy. I kind of think the
5
Timber Saw or the
seconds
Dragon
remaining.
Knight mid might be okay. I feel
Okay,
like
yeah.
you want something that can build a hood and throw them in the front line and something without much of a cooldown. I'm leaning more towards the Timber Saw than the Dragon Knight because of that. Like that's what I feel like. Like you want front line
But-
magic immunity.
Frontline Magic Immunity, what's it gonna be here?
Choose your
Rubik.
hero.
Oh, sorry, Pugna. Neither of the two.
I was just joking. All right, I wasn't being serious. No, this is actually very different than what I thought. I mean, Puka doesn't have no downtime, so that's a good thing. But he fulfills none of the other conditions I was thinking of being either melee, tanky, like. Oh my god! The one thing is that the Netherward is really good this game. Like you're up against
That is
heavy
true.
spell users, so that's great. But other than that, I don't know, man. This Pugna feels really risky to me.
Yeah, it is short cooldown. It's ready to fight, but other than that, what does it really provide? I mean, I guess he's gonna be able to heal his tanky frontline a lot.
I guess at the end of the day, maybe they think they don't like. They think they have enough. Like you do have the Tidehunter and the Elder Titan who can frontline for you. So they're saying maybe we don't
Yeah.
need more. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this Pugna.
Yeah, me too. We'll have to see how it plays out for sure. I'm sure they have an idea of what they want that pick to do.
In the meantime, though, both in terms of ultra late game, does go to Foxy Gaming for quite a bit, though. Like we said that the previous game, we were like, Sand King's always good. He was up against, I think, the Slardar, and I was like, Slardar's okay, not quite as impressive. But Tidehunter is amazing. You go for the refresher, you get the level 25 talent. That's a long way off, but still, and you can shut down a huge area for like 8 seconds or something. So very impressive. Like as good as Sand King. More downtime, but equally valuable.
equally valuable. That's what we're looking out for this game. It is the third and final game of the entire Dota 2 open tree here from the FSL
Prepare
uh,
for battle.
Open. This is gonna be the grand finals, and we'll be looking out to see who your final champions will be between Foxy Gaming and Team Terminator, who have not lost a game until game 2 earlier today.
I kind of like Luna. What is she riding on exactly? The Luna.
Ooh, okay,
She's on
let's take a
some.
look at that.
Oh, and we have.
That's not.
Huh?
I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be.
It's some sort of weird scaly lizard lion thing. We're like, what the hell is that? That is a weird looking. Like I don't.
Oh, wait, I just realized they have a Luna and a Mirana on the
I
same
wanted
team.
to
That's
say
pretty
that
cool.
too. They have both.
Yeah.
The priestess and the moon rider.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They got a set bonus going on for sure.
Do they? Wait, let me see. Like, do they have a set? It would be cool if Dota released some heroes who had sets that were like complementary. I know that sometimes they're like,
Yes.
oh, we're gonna release everyone's gonna look like seafood, and you're like, okay. But I would like it if like they had the same color scheme and same look and everything.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like a similar team concept kind of thing.
By the way, Honey Lisa does not have any regen. She just went out with boots. I think she bought a sentry for her mid laner, and she's like, all right,
Yep.
that's all you're gonna get for
My
me."
job is done.
I'm not sure where the sentry is, or it's not. Oh, it's going. Okay, it went to the Terrorblade. To Nana.
Alright, so let's see how Honey Lisa wants to play this one out. Has the Tango and the South queued up at least. So gonna be getting some regen as soon as she can.
She knows what she needs. Who's a good Inkswell target besides the Sand Kings? Like you got no one else. That's a bit risky if Sand King dies. Still,
Quap. Quap can blink in with it.
that's fair. Actually, that is not bad. That's not that bad early on, right? Like before the Blink Dagger. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it works out. But at the same time, well, I guess if the Quap blinks in, stuns them with the Inkswell, and then screams them away, that could be an option.
It could. I know you're joking, but I think it really could. You know. Let's see. Dire side, the Soulbind
Could work.
combos are going to be the Shadow Strike, which is pretty good because you get that the double heal. That's pretty valuable. With the Burst Strike, you get the Lucent Beam. Those are all very good spells to have two of. So, I don't know why I was thinking that it would really go for Foxy Gaming to go for the Mirana. Sorry, not the Mirana, the Queen of Pain. Then it went out for Terminator's side, and I was shocked. I mean, I predicted that one, but not on the right side, you know.
Not on the right side, indeed. I'm just curious right now. Do you think that, judging by the level 1 that they have on the side of Terminator, could they try to kill someone here?
Gush is amazing, level 1. Like it's what's like
That is true.
it's like a 4-second slow, minus armor. Other than that, though, they don't really have anything else to help you. You know, you want to start with Astral Spirit, not Echo Stomp.
On the side of Terminator, they're on the dire side this time
Oh,
around.
so sorry,
The Lucent Beam, the Sacred Arrow, maybe an Inkswell too,
oh, my bad. I don't know why I was looking at that.
because the Burrow Strike. No, because they were on the Radiant side last game.
Well, yeah. I mean, for them, their kill potential is way higher, right? Like they got slows, they got stuns. Just the Burrow Strike and 2 arrows is enough to kill anyone.
Yeah, true.
Especially if you can get the Terrorblade. Although killing the Terrorblade won't actually matter too much right now because you won't get like any different gold. Yeah, he's safe. We know he's safe.
He is indeed safe right now. We're just waiting for some players to sort out some technical difficulties. We've got a couple of disconnects, but once that's sorted out, we'll get the third and final game of the series underway for you guys. I'm sure everyone's excited to see how this one's going to play out and who's going to be the champions of it all.
I'm excited to see it. Like, I thought it might be. I'm not gonna say a cakewalk for Terminator, but I thought Terminator would, have it in the bag. But then the game 2, they got handled. You know.
Yeah, it was not a pleasant game too.
So now when you watch, you're like, oh, this is exciting. You got off lane, Sand King versus Tidehunter. That's awesome. You got Luna versus Terrorblade. That's sort of a counter sort of thingy going on there. The supports are pretty fun for both sides. Queen of Pain is going to be the interesting thing. Queen of Pain versus Pugna. That 2 heroes we don't see as often as we might, and I'll be interested to see how they match up.
For sure, we'll have to see how it plays out.
Although this Queen of Pain does not have her Arcana, so
definitely less experienced on that hero.
I love the helmet. Oh no, this is not the helmet that Pugna has. There's that famous BZZ helmet that he has. Like it's huge. It's like the size of his body on his head. Makes the hero look twice as tall. Don't have that though.
But look at the Tidehunter headpiece. That's the Cthulhu set. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, but is it I also thought it was pronounced Cthulhu. Is that
Yeah, probably Cthulhu.
You know, like I feel bad like not knowing that. It's the horror from the deep head.
That's
What?
the one.
Oh, and by the way, they're all
That is
called
the one.
they're all called horror from the deep arms, horror from the deep offhand. Like, why don't they just call them horror of the deep sea? You know, why is it deep head, deep hand?
They gotta make it sound unique in some way.
Yeah,
You
what
know?
the hell is a deep hand?
I couldn't tell you, but it's unique.
Is this
I've never heard of it before, so.
And what's a deep head either? Like that's the horror of the deep foot. I don't know what that is.
Well, but the good news is the players are back in the lobby and we are ready to get this one going here.
And yep,
It
Terminator.
looks like they might try something level 1
30
here,
seconds
Otomo.
to
I
battle.
mean, they should. Like they are. The Terminators are just way stronger. Just land an arrow.
Yeah.
Land, like a burst strike is all you need. Other team, much more difficulty. Although Elder Titan does have boots, which makes it a bit hard to catch him.
That is true. I do believe we heard Stroke of Fate get added though. So that means no Inkswell available.
I think Inkswell level 1 generally you don't want it. Oh,
Fair enough.
oh, here we
The
go.
battle begins.
Oh, it's gonna be the Astro.
Oh no,
They
they
catch-
missed the arrow. It lands
No.
on Rubik instead, but I don't think they'll be able to get the kill to follow this one up. Not quite in sync there with the spells, but the Rubik might just die because the elusive beam is up again. Nice little Fate Bolt to cut the damage available. Elusive beam is used. Stroke of Fate does land. Fairy Fire will keep Sleepless alive for that much longer, but one more hit from Gil is going to be enough to take down Sleepless. South is not going to be able to keep him safe, and that is first blood on Gil. Exactly who you want to pick that one up.
Not only is that, they also get the Sal. That's like a bonus 110 gold
Yeah.
with the first blood. Ouch! I really like how the Elder Titan dodged the arrow, but Rubik caught it, and Rubik was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
someone has to eat that, right?
Rubik was like, "What? Me? Whoopsie." Yeah, actually,
Yeah, definitely not in sync there, but they still get the kill onto Sleepless, so we take those for sure. I mean, if the arrow had hit onto the Elder Titan, he might have been able to run away with the boots.
yeah. It also would have been a shorter stun duration because
Yeah.
he should have been closer. So it came out about unlucky for poor Sleepless.
Definitely very unlucky for Sleepless there, but will be just fine once the lane gets back to normal.
Oh, Gil.
Gil misses out on a range creep, gets Gush, but should just be fine here.
Under attack.
Just eating some damage.
Yeah, the Grimstroke is pulling, which means that Gil is sort of by herself in the lane. And you were talking about like not taking Inkswell level 1. That's fine because the Stroke of Fate's cooldown is like 10 seconds,
Yeah,
Inkswell's 30. And the slow is just so good on the Stroke of Fate. So it's just worth it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The slow, the cooldown, it's good for lane as well.
Yeah, helping you secure the range creeps is a big deal.
Yeah.
Sasha?
And I think this is something you talked about a little bit in the last game. We have the Sand King Grimstroke combo
yes,
for the Dire side right now. So that's gonna be nice for them.
that is a big deal. Like that is going to be something you really want to make sure you play with because the Soulbind combo is great, but it's the Ink Slave that's always the best part about having someone work with Grimstroke because Inkswell is an amazing stun. It just takes a lot of like preparation to get ready. But at max levels, what 3.7 seconds in an AOE, huge. It was actually 3.5. Oh, it was nerfed a little bit. Still 3.5. That is like a mini Ravage right there.
A mini Ravage indeed, and we do see both of these teams right now just fighting over the pool here. Gil just trying to contest whatever creeps she can.
The
I
bottom,
think we talked a bit about this earlier on, right? But if this goes down to scaling, if this goes down to a 30, 40, 50 minute game tree here, who do you favor for it?
Foxy Gaming, I'd say. You know, it's
Right.
the fact that their Tidehunter always gets banned leads me to like I haven't seen it being played, but the fact that it always gets banned leads me to believe that this must be a god tier Tidehunter. And I was watching another tournament. I forgot what was the team name. I don't know. No, sorry, it was GEG, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Thailand Esports, one of them. Sorry, but I forgot which tournament. But anyway, it was Thailand versus Philippines, and Thailand had 3 picks of Tidehunter. They won all 3 games in the grand final because they had Mazuros. just rush a refresher and no one can play against it. If Cat Chaser's that level, then I think that you need to be really worried.
Oh no, Gil's in a little bit of trouble here. Will the stun be enough to save her? It seems like it will. The Fairy Fire will keep her alive. They might want to turn this one around on the Cat Chaser, but so much damage from the Gush, so much damage from the Rubik, and it seems like Shashame will pay with her life here. Just incredibly lane dominant with this tight Rubik combo.
By the way, they both come with such a huge amount of... oh, one arrow. What an arrow.
What an arrow indeed.
And I like how the guy just walks up to it,
Dire's
takes it
middle
right
tower
from her
is
face.
under attack.
There's a huge amount of damage reduction coming out from the Radiant side if you look at it. They have both the Anchor Smash as well as the Fade Bolt. And it's true that Dire, a lot of their magic is going to be magic, but all of their damage is going to be magical. Oh, one lane. No, it's not going to be left.
Yeah,
But-
it's not really gonna amount to anything. It's just Elder Titan taking a bit of damage here, but they will just be okay. And yeah, like I think your point is true as well, right? Like the Fade Bolt, the Ankle Smash, it's gonna make it really hard for them for sure. Is Tidehunter is Terrorblade in a bit of trouble here? It seems like he'll be good. Just the threat of the Astral Spirit is enough.
Or at least needs to be a bit careful though.
That's not
She has her
Yeah.
own threats to deal with.
Dire's structures
Like
are
when we say a
fortified.
hero's tanky, we mean they're tanky if they have full HP. You know, if they go in with half HP, you can burst anyone down.
Exactly. Everyone's the same at half HP.
Um,
Right now, look at Lugai. I
Ligaya.
can't pronounce this name. Look at Mirana just cutting between the tier 1 and tier 2 turrets.
Oh.
Putting so much pressure down. Okay, they get Honey Lisa. That's gonna be nice.
Ligaya,
Gaia as well as Hazel doing a lot of work here.
she got a nice, she like leaped in front of his face, got the like a 1 second arrow off, just enough time for Hazel to land the stun. So beautiful work coming out from Terminator there.
Yeah, really good stuff for sure. Some boots being queued up now by Pugna in the mid lane. Has hit level 6. Will start pressuring a little bit on the turret maybe.
It's gonna be a bit tough for Miri because of that. If she leaves the lane to go kill someone, oh dear. Alright, that's an Inkswell.
Yeah, Inkswell is used, but not quite able to find anything. The telekinesis slammed against Sasha May means that she will not be able to reposition the Inkswell. Trying to run away right now. Seems like she would not be able to do so though. Maybe can get an execute, not quite. Look at the damage from that Anchor Smash right there. And that's just gonna be just dominance right now from the off lane of Foxy. This is how they won last game, lane dominance. Maybe they'll be able to replicate it in this game.
And I mean they are so far, right? Especially in the top
Yeah.
lane. And I want to go to a point that's important is that how much damage, physical damage reduction you have. Rubik has 35 at max level, could be 45. You get like another what 40 from the Anchor Smash. So Luna loses so much damage to the point that I think she's gonna be able to do much. Actually, 60 damage reduction from Tidehunter. So mathematically that sounds like 105, but it's not really 105. You know, it's not like she's gonna hit you and she's gonna heal you, but you know, Luna will be doing basically no physical damage if she's hit by both of these spells.
Yeah, the poor Luna, very short range as well. Gonna have a hard time running away from them and dodging on those spells as well.
The good thing is that she's
I think-
ultra fast. She is like one of the fastest heroes. Oh,
She is. She will be able to get away from a lot of these situations. Honey Lisa gets dropped again though. So both offlaners just doing a lot of work right now.
everything for the carry. You know, this is what good teams do. Where it's like, oh, it's a tough lane, and this position fight. All right, I'll go and feed them just so you can get a couple of creeps. You know, that's my job.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
of the
is
two,
under
though,
attack.
I will say Elder Titan. Like none of them can really function without gold. You know, Grimstroke doesn't really need gold.
Yes.
Neither does the Elder Titan. But if I had to pick which one I think kind of needs gold a little bit more early game, I'd say it's the Elder Titan. You know, just because you're melee, you might need a little bit of items stuff to tank. Just boots are more important, stuff like that. And of the two, Grimstroke can definitely farm a lot safer. You know, just go to
Yes,
creep,
that is true.
max Stroke of Fate, and then you get some creeps for you. Which she is doing. She's actually maxing the Stroke of Fate.
Right, if we look at the state of the game right now, it's pretty even, but we do see the gang. That's exactly what we call the Blink Inkswell. But is it enough to take down the Tidehunter? Ravage is used. They want to turn it around onto Luna. They don't want anyone else. They want Luna, and they get it. The last hit from Sleepless. They're turning this fight around 2 versus 3. The heals comes in from Pogna as well. This is a disaster for the side of... I keep forgetting their team name.
It's a disaster for Terminator.
For Terminator, I keep wanting to say Transformers in my head,
Oh
but
my-
I know it's not Transformers.
I mean, there is more to them than meets the eye, though. You know?
That is definitely true. That is definitely true, as we've seen in the last few games. But this game not going so well. Game 2, laning phase also didn't go so well, and that was exactly how Foxy Gaming managed to find their way into the game.
And it was one of the classic mistakes of trying to play with the carries of the off lane. Like Luna does, yeah, she got caught. That was bad, but trying to help her out was only going to hurt you more. Whereas you look at the Sand King, and you know has like won the lane. She's ready to do more in the laning stage. She's ready to just take the tower bottom maybe. So that's the one you want to play with.
Parkner.
We did see the Sonic Wave being used top by Luna to no value.
Yes. Just trying to keep the +1 safe, right? Trying to keep Gil alive, but it didn't really do anything at the end there. Hazel, though, really doing a lot of work in this tower, doing a number here.
Yeah, and she actually has a Blink Dagger coming for her.
Oh my god, 9 minutes in! Okay, well, to be fair, she has nothing else.
She's got a Bracer?
She's got a magic stick?
There you go, you were saying she got nothing. Look at she's full of items.
True. Technically, she is 5 items when she picks up the blink.
By the way,
she's 5 slotted.
I like the Titan's going to go for the hood instead.
Yeah.
Relying
a lot of magic damage to nullify here.
Exactly. She's like, I'd rather just take the hits from my team. I don't want to die too early. Fulga's got 2 Null Talismans in the backpack.
Okay.
There you go.
Swaps it right back in. Nice little blink away from that to pick up the rune as well. We haven't paid much attention to the mid lane, but I'm pretty sure Neri has picked up basically every single power rune in this game, and a lot of that is thanks to Legaia on this Mirana, just making trips down to the mid lane. That's a bad timing on the blink. She wasn't aware of the TP coming in. Nice use of the Elu to cancel out the suck, but that's gonna be it. Just poorly timed, no vision. You blink to the high ground, and the TP just in time from Rubik to keep you safe.
Another thing is that they didn't really get any benefit out of the Inkswell. If you look back to it, the construct of the Inkswell on the Point of Pain was like after 2 seconds she blinked in. She got like maybe half a second of Inkswell stun duration off. Just barely worth it. And dies, that's a big kill. Like Miri I think is like one of the most farmed.
Here we go. Sankey wants to keep this fight going, unable to find the stun, but the arrow does land, and that's gonna be enough. But they only pick up Honey Lisa. Metamorphosis is popped. Nana is here as well. What do they really want to try to do here? They want to try to pressure down the mid lane turret, but I don't think they'll be able to find anything.
That was an impressive arrow by the Rubik.
Oh, hopefully well. Yeah, it was a very impressive arrow, but they will be able to get the mid lane turret. Not quite. Sunder is available, but nothing to really use it on. And Hazel does drop there. So much magic burst for the partner. But you trade a +3 for a +1. I think you take that any day. Tidehunter. Ravage is still available, but no follow-up, so he doesn't want to use it. Just here to zone people away. Be an intimidating Tidehunter. No deny on the turret. Cat Chaser picks that one up. And it looks like Foxy Gaming, they are here to play.
Man. That arrow though by Legaia, full max range arrow, hits a Terminator, takes him out, or takes her out. Tidehunter, what's she gonna go for? I think she has a mech available right now, so she's just very tanky. No, sorry, not the mech, she's only got the hood. And she's gonna go for the pipe.
Oh, the screen there doing a lot, but nice steal of the Sonic Wave. That's gonna be huge here to turn that one around, and it looks like they'll find Hazel on it as well. Ravage is still available. They don't want to use it for just 1 kill, but that means Hazel will get away from that situation. Both mid laners getting traded, both teams trading blow for blow right now. Exactly what you want to see in the last game of Grand Final.
That's very close. It is very close. Terrorblade surprisingly only has 59 CS. Not really the same as the Luna. Terrorblade is barely ahead of their enemy Queen of Pain, who is just a tempo fighting hero. So, little worrisome. Lowest net worth of the cores. By the meantime, you have Tidehunter farming up a storm, and that is the hero that apparently Foxy Gaming is known for.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the game state right now, Luna is pretty farmed. I think this is something we need to talk about with Gil, because despite having a poor start to game 2 on the Monkey King, having a poor start to game 3 on this Luna, she's always managed to find a lot of farm.
As I thought that was a bit more impressive with the Monkey King. However, a lot of this goes to the fact that there just were so many stacks for her to take.
That's true.
You know,
so many stacks on the team.
There was a lot of credit to that goes to the supports. The supports were like, it's alright, Luna. Here's some gold. We offer our
Dire's
bodies
top
to
is
you
under
for the
attack.
enemy to feast on, so that you have enough space to farm. So, like Gil's done a great
That's
job.
good. Dutiful supports.
Thank you.
Radiant's middle
So
tower is under attack.
that's it's a good play by Gil, but a lot of it just goes to the Grimstroke really.
Yep, that's definitely true. And if we look at Cat Chaser right now, getting close to the bling, has the
Top
hood like we
lane.
talked about. Top net worth on this Tidehunter. Sleepless gonna get jumped on though. Pretty sure she can't get away from this one. Will just get taken down at the end. Very close. There we go. Gets taken down there by the Senking Mirana combo, trying to make plays across the map.
Hazel has been doing a really good job. 1-1-5 this game, being involved pretty much every kill, and that's gonna be like that's gonna have to be the theme of the game. Like Hazel has to be involved. Miri, she's got the haste ruin. She's gonna go for the orchid. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about the orchid this game. You're up against a Titan who can purge it off. Blade gets Manta style.
It's pretty good against Partner.
That part's true. That part is true, but what's Pugna actually going for? Pugna's going for Boots of Travel. Okay. Has the Aether Lens already on the Pugna. I don't know if it's that good against the Pugna, because oftentimes you will have the Nether Ward ready.
Yes, that's true.
So, you know, you're like, you blink it, you're like, I'm going to do my combo. And it's like, it doesn't matter whether they're silenced or not, because their Nether Ward will always be there. Oh, Sibless. Oh, that's good.
And we saw as well earlier on when Queen of Pain went for the Sonic Wave, went for the Scream.
Oh!
Okay, well, she might just be in trouble here. Okay, not quite. We'll just be able to get away thanks to the haste. But yeah, the Pogna Netherwarts just does so much damage here.
And well, probably continue to do so because the enemy team is just so magic reliant to do all their spells. Although she maxed out last, you know, she put more emphasis on the Decrepify. I thought that was a bit weird when you have like the team fight heavy lineup, you want to max out Nether Wards, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she definitely does. Look at the pressure being exerted on the mid lane though by Cat Chaser. No one can really get past this Tidehunter. Just a solid brick wall with the high fives. I love that highlight play right there from Ligia. Dashes back in for the high five.
Although Hazel ruins it by turning my
Hazel does ruin it.
You know, it's
yeah.
like it was like this lovely moment. And oh, nice land of the Echo Stomp.
And that's just gonna be, well, Senking doesn't jump just yet, but extremely low. 1 second to the Blink Dagger, won't be able to get away. Tidehunter blinks right in. He's just a raid boss right now. Cat Chaser, nothing anyone can do against her. Double the levels of the Grimstroke, has not even had to expand the Ravage.
What a play! Like
Dire's
the
middle tower is under
I feel like
attack.
that's what happens when you
Radiant's bottom
disrespect the
tower is under
honor of
attack.
the game, of the high five.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
it's deserved.
And looks like Queen of Pain is gonna be fine. Like we could tell that they were having fun, they were high-fiving, it was nice, it was this beautiful moment
Radiant's
of
bottom
camaraderie.
tower
And then
is under
Sanki was like,
attack.
let me turn it into a kill. Like, no.
Dire's middle
That's what
tower
happens.
Yeah.
You
is
get
under attack.
And you definitely were not killing him there, especially with the Hood of Defiance in his inventory, in his backpack. No one can really touch him. Double damage gets picked up by Mirana, but what is this really gonna accomplish? Gil dies as well on the side lane, getting way too overextended there. Not exactly sure what's going on in this one.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They have they have some vision there with that that's a beautiful observer by the Radiant, by the way, right next to the outpost. Most people wouldn't think it would be there. And can they get this kill? Oh,
Yeah, things are just falling apart here for the side of Terminator. It seems like they kind of lost the plot a little bit. Not exactly sure what they're doing. They're getting caught out. They're losing out individually, losing their lanes. And Foxy Gaming, are they able to turn this one around?
it looks so.
Turn this series around?
They're looking just so strong. Like I'm surprised they're
Yeah.
not playing more with the Sand King, like Queen of Pain. It feels like, you know, these heroes press R jump.
Dire's
That by
top
itself
tower
looks
is
very
under
strong.
attack.
And Queen of Pain looks like it's. Where's her item? Where's the orc? Is it on the way? Because it looks like she's.
Surely.
It looks like she's skipping it to go for the BKB. I like that. It's just that you waste so much gold from the Oblivion staff.
Yeah, that is true. Right? Waste a lot of gold on that. But I guess she just figured that she really, really needed the BKB.
Dire's
We'll
top
see if
tower
that works
is
out
under
for her.
attack.
Though.
Oh, that's an expensive, like, decision switch to make at that
Yeah.
point of the game. You're 18 minutes in, and you have 10. Oh yeah.
Alright, just catching up with Sand King. He doesn't drop just yet, but there we go. Nice little steal on the Barrow Strike there from Sleepless. Gets the sleep down onto Mirana as well. And it looks to me like full control from the side of Foxy Gaming. They're taking over the jungle. They're picking up on the kills. They might just turn this one around.
Is under attack.
Metamorphosis is used to try to chunk down this tier 2.
Big tower, I mean, if you can get it, because this gives you outpost control, and once you do that, like your lead continues to just keep growing. Now you're getting extra gold and extra experience over the enemy team.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a great situation. You're gonna get the shrine, you're gonna get control of the jungle. Mid tier 1 is barely even touched right now. So I'm not exactly sure what the avenues to get back into the game are for the side of Terminator. Hazel TP's in, blings over, doesn't find the Tidehunter, doesn't quite cancel the TP, so extremely close. They will just pick up Honey Lisa. It's a bit of a consolation price. You take what you can get, but you spend so much, you spend so much tempo on the map, you lose so much space on the map just to pick up that one kill. Is that really worth it?
I mean, is it like what they wanted? No, but again, it was much better than Honey Lisa getting away, because if Honey Lisa got away in that situation like that, it's just crippling.
That would be a tilter, yes.
I mean, not that Dota players ever tilt, because we all know Dota players are positive mental attitudes.
Of course.
Mode
You're
PMA.
Right, Only PMA allowed here. We'll see how that plays out though as the rest of the game continues. And yeah, Jesus is the way I would put it too. It's just not looking great. You're just losing members left and right. You're getting caught out. I want to remind you as well, Cat Chaser, she has not had to use her Ravage for like the last 10 minutes. She's used Ravage once this game. Everything she's accomplished has been without even needing to use Ravage.
But they do have BKBs coming, BKB on the Luna, and I think
Soon, yeah.
the Queen of Pain should be pretty close to hers as well. Nah, still needs about like 800 gold to get it. So you are getting those BKBs, and once you have that, there's nothing on the waiting side that actually goes through them.
Yeah, that's definitely true here. It's gonna be a very rough situation to play out right now. I'm not sure. What if Otomo, if you were on the side of Terminator right now, what would you say is the best thing you can do?
Find someone
Swap and Sand King?
Find someone to blame and report them. But that would be
what
the
happened
pubs.
to PMA?
You know, oh no, I'm not PMA. I'm sure they are. I was just saying.
Okay.
No, I mean, if you could steal something like Burrow Strike, and oh, there you go. That's a Burrow Strike.
They catch out onto the Queen of Pain again, and that's the second time in a row that Miwi just gets caught out.
I like the smoke that they did, but they need the Queen of
Yeah.
Pain with them. Like, she is a big source of their damage. You can kill Nana, by the way. Nana is not unkillable. She's got 400 HP. You have enough stuns and magic damage to burst her down. So that would be like the target you want to go for. Ignore Tidehunter. Tidehunter has got to be ignored. That's the problem. Is that
Yes. But he's always there, right? He's a brick wall that's always there.
But you have to find a way to ignore her. You do have BKBs, so just everyone just jump on the damn Terror Blade and hoping you can get the kill.
Well, we'll have to see if that works out here with the Ravage, with the Tidehunter. That's gonna be a hard one to get past, but hopefully they can manage to pull something off here. It would be a hard one to see Terminator go this way in game 3. Ravage does get used, and they use it to just one-shot kill. Counter engage comes around, but it's too little too late. The pain is alive, but what does that even matter at this point in the game? Soulbind is used, but it doesn't accomplish anything. And to me, it just feels like this is one step after another. They're getting caught out one by one. It's just a collective collapse here. Ningen has that bling dagger as well on the partner, going together with her teammates to just catch people out one by one. And full control from Foxy. It looks like their mental was strong. They've lost game 1 in both series they played today, and they've managed to come back both times.
That's I think the very impressive part about it. Remember, this is their 6th game today.
Yeah.
Like we've been.
My goodness.
Like, and
for as long as we've been casting today, they've been playing Dota.
Or longer, because they had longer matches.
Longer, yeah.
And by the way, like when you play in these sort of with friends in a professional setting, it's way different than your pubs where you these all here's like, guys, everyone's reporting information. This lane is missing. This place is stacked. There's a ward here, and you have to really be on top. And in fact, Fox's game is keeping it up. 8 hours of Dota later.
Yeah, they played 8 hours of Dota today. That is insane, and they've come back every single time. Just insane mental fortitude here from this team.
And now it's like if you try to kill Nana, you're gonna off trouble as well. Guess what?
Woohoo! Arrow nearly steals that one away, but not quite. That will just be the Aegis picked up by Nana.
If they can aim for Pugna and Rubik, like they got 2 really suspicious heroes on Fox's gaming side.
But you would have to get past the Tidehunter, right? That's the thing. The Elder Titan, the Tidehunter, they have so much like barriers to entry here.
But Tidehunter doesn't have Ravage available right now. She's gonna have it in 40 seconds. But then Guess
40
what?
seconds.
Ra-
Refresh is coming.
that's 2 Ravages.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's not far off for sure.
There's enough money for
Radiant's
the
bottom
recipe,
tower
and
is under
very soon we'll be
attack.
able to afford the components as well. So
BKB is done for the Queen of Pain. Maybe this is the time to jump into the back line, pop out somebody.
I mean, it helps for sure. It's just that where was that 10 minutes ago? Oh yeah.
Oh no, catch on to Sasha May. Nothing much you can really do there. Well, at least it was a +5.
And now she's still going for the orchid, which again,
That should help.
like, just not the item. You either get this like an orchid like 10 to 11, 12 minutes, something like
Yeah,
really
it's
early,
way too late, right?
or you just skip it because now it's like there's so many ways to go because there's a blink dagger on Rubik, so she can just blink away.
There's a Manta.
There's this, it's just everything, you know.
Yeah, everything.
They have all the things. Say the thing, they have it.
That is true. It's a very rough situation to be in. Dagon now being queued up by his partner right here, as if she wasn't doing enough damage already. With the Blink Dagger and the Dagon, she's just gonna jump in and kill somebody. Smoke does get popped here. That's a nice little pick, but it's only onto the Rubik. And the sad thing is, it goes over to the Ligaya on this Mirana. The kill streak is ended, but Gil doesn't pick up the gold.
It's still 500 gold. Like if you look at, let's say, the 5 recap, it's still a ton of gold going for their side. So, oh dear. Huh?
Then what is down? No Ravage needing to be used, just a Gush. Frost stuff is available. Will they be able to get the sleep here? Not quite yet. Just getting a lot of information. Surely you go for the sleep here. Okay, not quite. Just goes for the information. There we go. Sleep is used. Like I said, absolute one shot here from this partner.
And like so much bonus damage with the Aether Lens, so she can get that life drain off from very far away. I wish that they have a different name for life drain, because we have mana drain and life drain. I'm like, can it be like, you know, like Spirit Siphon's pretty good, even though it has the
Siphon is good.
it does the same thing. Like, shouldn't it be like soul taking?
Soul suck.
So, well, no, you don't go like that. That's so obvious.
Dire's
You know, like,
bottom tower
that,
is
Yeah.
under
That's how we ended up with life drain,
Radiant's
mana
top
drain.
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
Alright, and
fortified.
we do see just the Radiant team, Foxy, just marching on the turrets. Arrow does land, but absolutely no follow-up available. No one is in the vicinity. The guy will just have to leap
Dire's
away.
bottom tower
And I
is
can
under
tell you,
attack.
it's almost.
Radiant's
Refresh is
top
not far
tower
away.
is under attack.
It's getting
Radiant's
really
top
close.
tower
Like she
has
basically has
fallen.
all the components except the refresher orb, so it's like
Dire's
a little,
bottom tower
a little around 2,000 gold, and Cat
Radiant's
Chaser will have it.
middle
At
tower
that
is under
point,
attack.
you have to kill
Dire's
Cat Chaser in the fight before she can use her ravages.
And that's not really possible.
That's not
right?
really
We talked
possible
about how
either.
they don't really have the damage. Sleepless though,
Radiant's
blinking
top
and so
tower is under
aggressive.
attack.
She has the Queen of Pain
Dire's
blink
bottom
right now.
tower is under attack.
Okay, not gonna chase until Ligaya. They're gonna play it a bit tempered, a bit more patient,
I-
disciplined. I like that.
I think that Sleepless has the Blink Dagger as well as the Blink
Radiant's
ability,
courier
so
has
she
been
doesn't use
killed.
both. Like you have
Dire's bottom
the Blink Dagger was on
tower is
cooldown,
under
so she's like, I don't want to blink in and not be able
Dire's
to blink out.
structures are fortified.
That's fair. That's fair. Gotta always have an escape route.
Yeah, but think about the highlight reels.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking about as well. But that's why they're playing the grand finals. You know, they're disciplined. They know when they can fight, when they can't. And that's, once again, Sasha May can't even check the high ground with Stroke of Fate. Just gets jumped on by Tidehunter. Soulbind is used. Maybe this is the window. Eclipse is popped. That's one. They get a big one. That's two. They get a big one there. Nana doesn't manage to get the Sunder off. He has the Aegis, but is it going to be enough? That's a huge scrim, a huge Eclipse. Is this going to be enough to kill Nana? That's just going to be the BKB TP, but she might just die anyway. BKB used and still a death. I don't know how they do it, but they managed to turn it around.
The Soulbind was so strong.
Massive, yes.
Like they were being able to
Wow.
get the Soulbind in that situation, followed by all the spells. Like that was what they needed. And of course, the Sonic Wave was perfect. Like they had one side they were trying to run away, but she Sonic Waved them from the other direction, pushing them back into it. It was really good.
Definitely very good. They were just clipped, they were pincered from both sides. Not really many options in that team fight, and they just get rightfully punished there.
Now, suddenly, it's like, you know, the game is very even. We were all.
Suddenly the goal gets even. Yeah, and this is why they've been trying to play it so disciplined, right?
And
The moment you make a
Radiant's
mistake,
middle tower
look at
is
the
things like
under
this just
attack.
happen.
Look at that swing, you know, like, what were we at 60? Oh, no, let's lose her life.
Okay.
Though.
We'll just lose alive at the end there. What happens now? How do you is one team fight win enough to just swing the game completely around? Is that it?
I mean, you still have to we still have to be worried about Ravage. You know, like I don't think we saw Ravage come out in that fight.
Yeah.
So
We did it.
and we're gonna see 2 Ravages in the future because they were like BKB kill the Tidehunter, which was very smart. So like you won a big fight, yes, but does it actually change the equilibrium of the game? Oh, look at the break! Holy moly, you went for Silver Edge. No wonder.
Okay, that's a lot of damage coming down. We said it might not be possible to kill the TIE Hunter, but with the Silver Edge, it suddenly is. And it looks like Gil is online. We always talk about Gil being able to deliver when encountered. We thought this game she might be slipping up a bit. She got caught on the side waves a couple times. But look at her go. Look at her items. She's very terrifying right now.
It's crazy that she went for the Silver Edge. Like, I mean, it's obviously the perfect item. You want to have it, but like that presence of mind to go for it. And oh, Nana, be careful here.
Yeah, Nana had to pop the BKB just to get out of dodge. That's not really what you want to see. She had to use it defensively twice already.
Radiant's top tower
With the game
is
state
under
that they
attack.
had just 5 minutes ago. This is disappointing.
Terminator, like they flipped on the switch. You know,
They did.
the
Yeah,
switch
they
was
flipped on the switch.
was on not win mode. Now it's on win mode. You know, now this Nana's level
Yeah,
6.
and that's what sets a good team apart from a great team. It seems like they have the ability to just flip the switch when they need to.
Dude, Nana's level 16 and Gil's level 23.
Man.
Like, it is not even close when it comes to levels.
Radiant are
Yeah,
scanning.
it's not a good scenario to be in, but they're making it work, I guess. I don't know how it's happening this way, but it's happening this way.
Let's see. Still, it's only a 3k gold advantage, and Terrorblade is stronger than the Luna in a one-on-one situation, sorta.
Yep.
Like, but Gil is just so far ahead that comparison is meaningless at the moment because they're not at the same network.
Very blue, screaming.
Man.
Alright.
4k gold lead all of a sudden. That's been like a 10,000 gold swing. Don't forget the gold lead was about 4 or 5,000 for Foxy Gaming. And all of a sudden, turns right back around on its head.
That's every game of Dota. Have you ever had that when you are like this close to winning and you take one
Oh,
enemy?
lots of times.
Yeah, you take one
I've
enemy.
thrown many games in my time.
Are you the kind of carry who just dives and they expect the team?
Yes.
Ah,
100%.
ah,
That's me.
can't believe
that's me.
we're casting together. Because I'm very like, no guys, no, the tower, no.
You gotta just go all in sometimes. Even if it doesn't work out, you gotta take the gamble.
Oh, Lisa's probably dead. Oh, Rubik, like, okay.
Honey Lisa just gets completely popped. Sleepless is gonna get chased down as well. The damage from this Luna, the kill show, is well and truly online.
The Gil show is about to be very impressive in a minute or two when she hits level 25.
It's already very impressive.
Oh, and she went for the global lunar blessing, so she can go for the 35 lunar blessing damage. That's 70 damage for a friend. Oh, looks up.
Okay. I guess the global Luna blessing is gonna be really nice for her teammates as well, right? With the co-op with the Mirana.
It would, but on the other hand, like Eclipse getting stuns is is important, you know.
That is definitely true.
More so if you have Aghanims though. Like without Aghanims, it's decent. With Aghanims, it's absolutely broken because the gap in between the stuns is so like between the loosened beams is so small that you can actually perma stun with it.
Right, so we'll have to see if this ends up working out. She just really wants the damage. And she is the big carry, right? So maybe this damage is gonna work out here.
Oh yeah, by the way, doing the math, you have 12 beams over 6 seconds, so that's 1 beam every half second, and you're only stunning for 0.2. That's not like a full stun. But the other way, it's 18 beams over 5.4, so you're definitely like gonna have enough.
Yeah, it's very impressive for sure.
Sand King though, what's he got? I love looking at Heroes shopping list, seeing what they're thinking. Just,
What do they want next?
No, oh, that's on the shopping list at the moment.
Yeah, it's Black Friday. You gotta get yourself some nice shopping done.
Ah, did you get yourself anything for Black Friday?
No, I did not.
Why?
There's nothing I really want, and I'm against buying for the sake of buying, you know. So
I think I'm the buying for the sake of buying kind of guy, because sometimes, you know, like when you get it's payday, you're like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. What's the most expensive restaurant? You know?
Okay, I do that, but not on buying stuff.
Oh wow.
Radiant's
Well,
bottom
what?
tower
I mean,
is under attack.
Like on eating and like hanging out with friends, that kind of
Radiant's
thing.
bottom tower
wait, you have friends?
I know it's a crazy concept even after I throw all their Dota games.
Actually, that's what the hard part about balancing the two, right? It's like you have
Radiant's
Dota's
bottom
this
tower
super
is
stressful
under
thing.
attack.
Then you played with a friend, but then you're not friends
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, it is. It's a fine balancing job.
By the way, it is the 35 damage for the Lunar Blessing and Global
Okay.
Blessing. So that Grimstroke hits pretty hard.
Oh yeah, that Grimstroke is gonna be hitting really hard as well. Sadly, we don't have the split shot Rubik this game. If not, that might have been a very real threat as well.
Ooh, but Roshan's gonna die. That's gonna be what's that? This is the second Roshan. That's the Aghanim Shard. Really good to give it on the Luna.
Really good indeed.
But Radiant team are wise to this. They want to go.
Want to contest this. Honey Lisa is gonna get caught out though while trying to charge that one. Huge ravage, but Gil already has the Aegis. Sasha May is gonna drop. No ability to hold by just yet. Manages to get one down. It's gonna get onto the Tide Hunter. They're still gonna be alive. Aegis is popped already. Scream doesn't quite find anything impactful. I think it looks like they might have called this fight off. Miri comes back in though, so they're not gonna call this one off. They take down Terrorblade. He didn't manage to get the Sunder off, and that's just gonna be another team-fight win here for the side of the Dire. I don't know how they're doing it. They managed to make it work. Miri getting shut down so hard in the early stages of the game, managing to turn it around. They're not going to keep it going, but they're definitely going for the Rexes right now.
I am very confused on the fact that for some reason Tidehunter jumped in, used the Ravage, used the Refresher Orb, then did nothing. Like, that was very odd move by Cat Chaser because...
He didn't use the double Ravage, did he?
No, she has it on cooldown right now.
Man.
And it's not like she didn't have mana, because I was thinking, oh, maybe she doesn't have mana. So you go, you check, and you're like...
Was it the Soul Bind maybe? Maybe it was the Soul Bind with silence that stopped that from happening. It's really odd. That's really odd.
There was a Soul Bind when she was connected to the Terrorblade, but... no, I thought that maybe... well, that's
now
not...
things have flipped. It's all falling apart now. Yet again.
Honey Lisa bought back and loses her life, and this game could not be more of a roller coaster. I'm telling you, man.
It is. Yeah.
You know, have you seen it?
But- Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, have you seen like Game of Thrones? They ain't got nothing on what we got right here with the FSL Grand Finals.
Yeah, I haven't seen any twists like this for a while. This is definitely something. Now that's gonna be big. Double damage for the Luna is gonna be coming right up. No, not quite.
She can give her the bottle, you know. She'll be like, here, my my queen, just drink from this double damage and carry me to victory.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
I think the one person who benefits the most from the global lunar blessing with the double
It's
damage,
Quap, right?
Mirana. Obviously, I mean, Quap, yes,
Oh, that's true.
but Mirana has the highest attack speed when she leaps. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
So
That would be very useful. Yeah, good presence of mind, right? Gil saying, even though I'm the big carry, I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna enable my team to do more damage to carry as well. And now the question is, how do you break the high ground here? Aegis was used already.
that is a small positive that they have for them. Honey Lisa is going to be back in a few seconds. Do they have the refresher ready? It's up in 5 seconds, so you will have the double Ravage. Where are we on the BKBs? Luna BKB down to 7 seconds. Quap down to 7. So they're not the longest BKBs. Like, you can sort of outfight them if you're careful enough.
That's definitely a possibility. The refresher is available already, and Terrorblade, is always gonna be Terrorblade. So if you make some mistakes in the team fight, that could definitely get turned around.
And by the way, we also have the ceremonial robe for Tidehunter that adds like 0.3 seconds of stun.
Yeah, that's gonna help as well for sure. Elven Tunic is gonna be pretty nice here.
Who has that for? Oh yeah, the Terrorblade. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Although Terrorblade seems to be bursting down just by magic damage most of the time.
That's true. That's true.
Terrorblade. I mean, the Terrorblade seems fun, but the level is so low. 17 in 38 minutes. Like,
Because a lot of the times it's the illusions getting the waves, right? So she's not getting the EXP. That's all it's worth.
that's true. Oh dear.
Okay. The Gaia gets caught out. That's something.
Like Ningend on the Pugna is doing such a good. She's level 24.
Yes. Okay, I didn't even notice that. That's a win condition.
And by the way, that net 1.75 nether ward damage is insane. Like that does 3.5 damage per mana. And if you look at Queen of Pain, 550. That's insane.
No. Do they find Sleepless? No, Sleepless is invisible. They don't quite find her. Oh, too late. She realized she got blocked, but turns around a bit too late to stun there.
That's a whoops. You know, whoops. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry, girls. I had an idea she was there, but yeah. This is we're looking at the win condition on Radiant, and I'm beginning to think it's not the Terrorblade at all. It's like the Pugna and the Tidehunter. Pugna with that nether ward is insane. Like what 1,650 damage against a Sonic Wave. Like that's how much damage it does. That's insane.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of damage for sure. Rubik as well, right? Maybe if the Rubik scales. Wait, is Rubik actually higher level than the TB? Or same? Rubik is higher level than the TB. That's never a good sign.
What is going on? Nada, this is...
Something's going wrong here, for sure.
Maybe...
Well, maybe Rubik's gonna become a carry.
Well, you steal the Eclipse, you have the Aghanims,
Yeah.
I mean, she's already got the Lucent Beam right now.
Yeah, she has the Lucent Beam. That's always gonna be good as well.
I don't know, right? Like...
It's tough, right? It's a tough call. But they're just going to be able to stall out on the high ground for so long. They have the Sandstorm, they have the TB Illusions. You don't want to dive high ground into a Ravage, into a Netherwart. There's just so many options here. Do they have to wait for Aegis again and try to see if they can siege it?
I mean, that is a safe thing to do. Like, it's boring for us as viewers, but
Yeah.
we can always talk about anime. Like, what do we care? But for them... For them in the game, it's if you rush too fast and you take a double Ravage, you will lose the fight.
That is exactly true. You don't want to take the risk. You don't want to throw the game. You fought so hard. You needed a miracle team fight to be able to come back into this. You don't want to throw that all away.
Exactly. Like you're in a great spot if you're Dire, but you are still in a losable spot. You know, might as well just play it safe. And oh, then again, he wants to kill Legaia. Legaia should know that there's another ward around, and goes invis, and just doesn't want to die. She has an Aeon Disc to block it, but it was already popped.
Yeah, Aeon Disc is really popped, and there we go. The sieging is beginning. Look at the damage from the Luna. She doesn't need much time with this tower to take it down, and once it's down, she's gonna be able to AoE everything with the Glaives. That's a lot of damage, though.
That is a lot. Like you can see, like the magic damage is huge.
Yeah.
Oh god! I mean, what Dagon level is that? That is Dagon 5, baby. 800 damage. Enemies are taking 60% more damage. Like, you are really gonna be like, destroyed with this. And she's got... Oh, she only got 1 null talisman, so not much extra bonus damage. Still, we cannot underestimate this Pugna.
Definitely cannot. This Pugna is gonna be doing a lot if you disrespect her. If you march up the high ground against her, she can definitely do a lot against her.
I completely forgot what the Pugna Aghanim Shard is. Don't look at it, but can you remember what it is?
No, I have no idea.
Apparently, every 1.5 seconds of channeling, you throw out another life drain.
My goodness.
I think that's pretty good with Ravage.
That's really good.
Now
Yeah, that's really good.
I have a question. If you're life draining one person, I can understand a second one pops up, but if you're life draining 2 people, does like another 2 come out?
We'll find out. We'll find out. I cannot answer that question for you.
No, I think it's like 1-1-1, but it would be awesome if it was like with a Grimstroke Soulbind, you have 2 of them coming out.
It definitely would, yeah. Alright, well, we'll wait for the next card wave before we maybe see this Luna come back to hit this tower again. Aeon Disc being queued up all across the board. Just so much burst damage, so much potential to just get popped out.
Ironically, you can just pop the Aeon Disc on the Dire side just by doing any spell next to another ward.
That's true.
Because
that is true.
oh, another ward is oh, she went for the 160 Nether Blast damage, not the 1.75 damage per mana. So
just wants to wave clear, I guess. That's a very feasible option as well. You need to just turtle on your high ground. You need to just wave clear for days.
I mean, they do have really good. It's a good this game. You get like what 725 cast range on the Nether Blast. That's a big deal. Roshan is up.
Roshan is up. They found out about it. They're gonna want to come and take this for themselves.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant know this. Do they want to go? It's like I feel like it's too late already. You know, you either you go 10 seconds ago, you don't go.
Dire are scanning.
Dyer uses scan, worried that it might come up against them, but it doesn't matter. So who's gonna take what? Luna has a refresher orb, and I think she's gonna go for that. It's just gonna go for straight up Aghanim's. Like that is actually worth it at this stage. What do they have? Who has the shards? Queen of Pain has the shard. Makes sense. She's got the cheese and the shard. She goes for the double sonic wave if you can get it. So much damage. What is it? 680. Oh.
Oh, that's just the sleep to stop this from getting worse. Just a bit of chip damage, but it doesn't really amount to anything.
Ooh, oh! Something to be scared of?
Yeah, nice little stunt onto the Tidehunter, but he's not really someone you want to chase down. Not gonna be able to kill him just yet. And that's gonna be the end of that one.
Only reason that Titan did not die just then was because Luna wasn't there. If Luna was there, she'd break him, and she'd suffer.
Suffering is one way to put it. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal for sure.
Also, the Titan went for the level 20. Oh, holy
What?
shit. Ningen, dude.
What just happened?
Decrepify Dagon into Nether Blast. Like, that is insane.
Okay. So do we need to see some pipes come out, or what's the solution?
We have Hood.
Oh, they're gonna get one more catch. Fine. Senking buys back. What's going on? Cat Chaser gets popped out. Ravages will not use. Has to use the buyback right now. Nana's in a bit of trouble. Refresher for the Queen of Pain, but will not be able to beat KP in time. Sunder is available. Doesn't quite get to use the Sunder in time. Is that gonna be a problem here? Why does Nana not use the Sunder? Doesn't need it. Has the Satanic. That's the Ravage being used again, and Disarm being used on to the Luna. She gets taken down. Buyback is available, but she doesn't want to use it right now. This partner is untouched in these fights, and that's exactly what we talked about. If partner is untouched, these fights are going to be so bad. Gil TP's back in, uses the buyback, a lot committed here. Where was the Aegis? Was the Aegis popped already?
It was used first, and then that was the first Ravage. Then the second Ravage came out, popped the Luna the second time. So really good, and that was also one of the reasons why Nana lived. They were all beating on her, but the Ravage came out just in time so she can actually get a Sunder. She sundered the Luna, who had way more life, and then Luna was like, oh crap, I just died straight away. So, I mean, that's your win condition. Kill Luna. You win the game, you can kill Luna. As long as, of course, everyone else is alive, but still.
Well, what are we going to have to look out for right now? I mean, that's what this Tidehunter terribly combo does, right? And you throw in a partner on top of that, it's just so difficult to really get something going.
The thing is, both sides now have something to be worried about. On one side, you don't have the Refresher and double Ravage. On the other, you have, if Luna dies, it is so scary. And Rubik could lift Luna in. You know, that is something to be worried about. Pause comes out. Gives us a good chance to look at some of the items. Pugna has the Kaya. Just wants to get as much magic damage as possible. Honey Lisa has gone for the Solar Crest. You put that on the Terrorblade. It's amazing. Glimmer Cape is useful as well as the Blast Rig. I don't know how useful that's going to be though.
Yeah, I don't really know the effectiveness of that. I know a lot of people do like that item, but to me, it's a bit of a question mark.
Yeah, especially like on this game where you're really not going to be hit physically by anyone at close range. You know, like that's it's fine. Though the 7 armor is decent, so whatever. Terrorblade has the Satanic now, so if you get hit by like the silence coming out from the Grimstroke, you can use that. Rubik does have the Shard, does have a Blink Dagger, Aether Lens, as well as Glimmer Cape. Might consider the Shard. I've seen the Shard being used really effectively in this game. Not this game, but in this tournament.
Yeah, the shot has been very good as well. I mean, if we look at the items across the board, what I do like is the Titan Sliver for Luna. I think that's going to be huge, but it seems like it's gotten to the point where Luna's not really doing all that much. Has the Refresher shot as well, by the way.
I mean,
so 2 BKBs.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Like, as long as you can get her, you gotta get her in between BKBs. You can never get her once she's BKB'd. You can't really do anything. And the more farmed she is, the more reflections are going to be dangerous, though. So something to be worried about for the Terrorblade. I mean, sorry, for the Luna if the Terrorblade gets a reflection off. 85% chance for the Dire side. Terminator. Foxy Gaming, by the way, this is like their third game that is this long at least.
Yeah, two of the other games have been even longer than this, so we'll have to see what happens here. We
Uh,
are in a bit of a tech pause. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is.
viewers, make
Someone needs to use the washroom. That's interesting.
make sure you guys get up and stretch and yawn
Yeah,
and
get some water.
scratch whatever needs to be scratched. You know, just make sure that, you know.
Right, and we're going right back into it. Now, I want to ask you, what is the win condition here? How do you close this game out?
For which team though? Like if
For the Dire.
for the Dire, I feel like you can't actually play aggressive anymore. You have to wait for the Luna to have her buyback ready. It's
Man, that's a very long time.
it is, but it's like this is the situation you put yourself in. It's 6.5 minutes. If you go and you lose Luna, like it could work. If you could,
Over.
you could go and you can win a fight. You can win the game right like that. But
Yeah.
it's
But
risky.
you also lose the game.
Yeah, it's very risky. So
Well,
that's.
do you think Luna should have bought back there?
I don't think so. Like they didn't even fight right after, right? But
Yeah, they didn't.
But in the heat of battle, when someone makes a call,
Yeah.
you never know. You know, it's like the Luna dies and someone's like, "Buy back, everyone, buy back! Let's go, let's go, let's go!" So you buy back because your captain said so. Then you get there and people's like, "All right, everyone, turn it around, turn it around."
Good effort, everyone. Good hustle.
Yeah, I was like, "Aaron, good job, good job. 10 out of 10 for effort. 10 out of 10. Everyone goes home.
Very rough situation to be in, but I do want to point out, if you look at the Queen of Pain and you look at the Mirana, they are starting to do some pretty decent damage as well. Right-click damage, that is.
Oh yeah, the Queen of Pain, just the items that she gets her gives her so much intelligence anyway.
Yeah.
So, but what does Queen Mirana have? I mean, a lot of her damage is just from the Lunar Blessing, to be fair. It still says plus 35 damage instead of plus 70. That's kind of weird. Oh, does that mean it becomes double if you're next to Luna? Like it's 35 globally, but you get an additional 35 if you're next to her? Is that how it works? I wonder. You know what I mean? Like you get a natural.
I do know what you mean, but I don't know what the answer is. But we might have to click on her and follow her around
Wait.
and see how.
Look at the Queen of Pain. She's plus 70 now. Alright, she's plus 70 now. Still plus 70. What the? Why was Mirana plus? Wait, what the hell? Mirana's plus 35. Sand King is plus 70. Grimstroke. Why did they hate some heroes like Luna's like?
I don't know the answer. I couldn't tell you. There's so many arbitrary things.
By the way, this is
going on.
only plus 35. It's not plus 70. Like if you look at the damage, she's only getting the green plus 35. Like this might be a bug here. Like you look at Grimstroke, she's only got plus 38. So it's like 35 from the Lunar Blessing and then the 3 from the Bracer. That is.
I want to point out something actually. Luna has beaten the Moonshot already. I didn't even notice her pick that one up. She's just so rich right now.
And by the way, with that Moonshot, look at her night vision. It's insane. Thanks to Lunar Blessing as well as the Moonshots. Yeah, if anyone can, like, tell us why Mirana and Grimstroke have 35 days. Is it because they're supports, lower class citizens, you know?
Supports are second class citizens, that's true. Is it because they're ranged?
No.
Wait, no, but in Queen of Pain has 70.
Yeah, like
I couldn't tell you.
like this is a head scratcher, you know?
It is indeed.
I
it
am
is
not
indeed.
sleeping tonight. I'm telling you this.
Why does Luna Blessing give different amounts of damage?
Weird. What the hell? No, now it's giving 70 again.
Is it how close you are to the Luna?
I mean, that's what I thought in the beginning, but Grimstroke's only getting plus 35. I think I cannot guess why this is so crazy. Alright, the Moonlight Shadow is used. And then what are they gonna find here? I feel like all of this game rests on Tide. You know, you get a good Ravage, you can win the game. You get bad, you don't get it.
Yep.
Super tough.
It really is on Tide, and it's on partner to as well, right? To navigate the outskirts of the fight. If he can get good targets, if he can get good damage down, that's gonna be super huge as well.
Alright, meanwhile, that doesn't actually get them anything. By the way, one of the things that has led to Terrorblade having such a low level is because they haven't had an outpost for like 30 minutes.
Oh, you're right! I didn't consider that.
Like you,
Oh man.
like that's a huge deal. You look at the EXP difference between the two teams. 38% more experience on the Dire side because they have those two outposts. Like it is huge difference to have it and not to have it.
That is definitely true, and like you said, right, it's been a while.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, they're gonna jump the puck now, but I don't know if what is nice little force off there, but that's gonna be the end of that one.
Does not trigger the A on this. That's a big deal. Like
Yeah, does not trigger the on this. But BKB is used, so that's a minute away.
Will they be able to do anything with it though? I'm surprised the Radiant don't consider getting that outpost back. Like, it will be such an injection of EXP for them.
Yeah, it definitely will, but I think they're just too afraid to leave their base right now. They've been turtling, it's been working well. They feel like they don't have a need to throw it all away, I guess.
Well, when 60 minutes hits, you can just like go and take a few ancient creeps, get all the tier 5 items, and end the game before the other side can go out. Because
That is true.
even if Terrorblade sends his illusions to get those creeps, they're not gonna drop
Pick it
them.
up, yeah.
No, they won't even drop because you have to have a real hero.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Because what used to happen was that sometimes people would use like Nature Prophet's ultimate and it would kill a creep on the other side of the map. The item would drop and then it'll be like, oh, okay, the other team gets it.
Guess it's mine now. Oh, Grimstroke though has the Aghanim's. That's gonna be nice against the Terrorblade.
Yes, it's pretty good against Terrorblade, I'll be honest. But I feel like it would be way better if it was against the Luna, which is on your team. But Luna Illusion's great. Terrorblade Illusion's also pretty good. Just doesn't come with any like extra things.
No metamorphosis, right? If you steal Terrorblade.
I think it
If
just
he's a metamorphosis and you portrait him.
you steal him in the form that he is.
Okay.
You
Oh, so you can get metamorphosis TB.
yes, I think
That's huge,
I'm pretty sure.
isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's a yes. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm pretty sure it's a yes. Grimstroke
Okay, well,
in a bit of a dangerous
try this
spot.
out. Yeah, in a very dangerous spot. Might just get caught out. Okay, has the A on this, but it gets popped. 2-minute or so cooldown. Now this might just be an iffy little Roshan play though.
Stroke of Fate available for the Rubik gives him a lot of cast range, like a lot of scouting potential. Still no outpost for the Radiants.
Yeah, so many ways for the Radiant to check the Roshan pit as well. TB illusions, Astral Step. It's just so difficult.
By the way, every time a team comes out ahead, I start supporting the other team. I'm like, come on, Foxy Gaming, you can do it. Then, like half an hour ago, I was like, Terminator, you can fight.
You always root for the underdog.
That's the kind of guy I am, like, because you feel like they earned their victory, like when they go through such a tough spot.
Shadows.
Well, I gotta tell you, whoever wins in this one definitely has earned their victory.
For sure, right? Like it was going so well for Foxy, now it's going so well for Terminator, but they've they've suffered going in the high ground.
Oh yeah, both of these teams have gone through a lot of suffering. Yeah.
Refresher orb on the Queen of Pain, so that is gonna be a thing. The double ulti.
Dire are scanning.
I don't think she has the Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, does she have a shard? She doesn't have the shard either. I'm kind of surprised by that. Both the Aghanim's like Scepter and shard are pretty damn good for the Queen of Pain. The cooldown reduction from 100 to like 30 seconds because she does have a spell prism. You can just nuke a creep wave, keep it pushed at all times. All right, here we go.
Well, this one's just gonna get picked up. It seems like they just gave up on contesting yet. They're not gonna get the shrine either. Not gonna take any risk. Just want to stay in their base. So what's the play here? Who's gonna get the Aegis?
I don't. I mean, they gave it to Gil again, and they gave her the Aghanim's as well, so that's a really good one. But
Huh? Cheese on Grimstroke.
I gotta say, I really don't know what is the game plan from Foxy Gaming because it's like like you're saying, like they're in the base, they're huddled.
They're giving everything, right?
Like the net worth lead is 43,000.
Yeah, it's just been growing.
And like sometimes you look at the dire side, they get like 3 or 4 bounty ruins on their triangle because they never go there.
Yeah.
And it's only 86%. I don't know. This is the best. I'll be honest, this is the best game I've ever seen so far. Like, what a good finale. Regardless of who wins, but I kind of hope that Foxy makes a little bit of a comeback after all their struggles.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we first saw Terminator get a comeback. Now we're seeing Foxy try to get a comeback. This game, I'm not sure if I can take one more roller coaster.
Now I want like 3 more, so 3 more.
3 more, we're in for 2 hours.
Rubik's Stroke of Fate does a lot of damage on Rubik.
That is huge, yeah. It's like some good steals could really make Rubik really scary.
Look at that Stroke of Fate, like it just cleans out the waves straight away. And by the way, this Aegis will not last forever. I say that although, it's not like they did anything in between the Aegis time in the previous fight. Oh, and triple arrow.
Yeah, well, they can slowly whittle down the towers from Manta. That's something they could do.
Oh!
Wait, that's a deep dive coming in from Hazel. She doesn't find anything. No, we'll just get popped out completely. That was a very
they got silence for
kind of lost
someone.
a nerve there. Miri gets popped on the Aeon disc as well. Has to blink away. I'm not sure about what we're seeing here. That was a very, very much a false play.
Maybe she's like in a rush. She's like, alright guys, I got a date. I can't be here forever. 9 o'clock, I gotta get going. So I mean, that could be something, but you know, that was a little hasty. They don't even have a ward on the high ground to see that. Again, though,
Very hasty.
will Foxy Gaming do anything? Because they're still on the base. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the answer to that is always no.
By the way, does either team have a Philosopher's Stone? Because if you have a Philosopher's Stone, this
Oh
is
my
the
goodness,
game
right.
to equip it. Okay, Dire don't have it. So neither team has a Philosopher's Stone. No wonder the gold graph is like this. No
The
wonder.
Philos would have been great here, especially on a support. You just stay in base, you just chill somewhere, and you just make passive income.
Oh, that's the real one. What the hell is it?
Uh-oh. Rana's getting caught here. Aeon this does get popped. Sync use not a good situation to be in though. Slapped out, will just likely get taken down, but the break comes true. Aeon this is popped. Look at the damage from Gil. Takes down Honey Lisa like it's nothing. Like a knife.
Double
Sankey
buyback.
buys back as well. Mirana buys back as well. They want to go for it, but I don't know about this one. This seems a bit forced right now. The play has ended.
But they just want to take it. I guess they want to take advantage of the dead Elder Titan, but that's a position 5 Elder Titan. You don't even care if she's dead or not. So, Terminator, I don't know, man. That buyback. Sanity had like 40 seconds left. I don't think they really don't need to do that. And again, this puts them in a tough spot because if you kill the Sand King and the Mirana, you're playing 5 versus 3, and everyone else has buyback in this game.
Man. Well, something we haven't seen yet, which is also a very real possibility, is Luna's ability to high ground defense and just clear out waves and base.
I think that's impressive.
That's gonna be scary too.
I guess to be honest with you, though, I don't think it compares to like the Rubik with the Stroke of Fate.
That's for sure.
Like when you see one Pokemon Nether Blast cleans out the creep wave. It's a lot to be worried about. Spell Prism is available on the Tidehunter. Level 22, level 25, 1 Ravage stun would do a lot for the team.
Yeah, it really will. Daedalus here for the Terrorblade as well. So many items. Everyone is fully decked. It's a 60-minute game. Let's see how far it can go. But it looks like the base is gonna get broken. Finally, it gets broken. That's something. Luna's gonna try to keep pushing this one. The disarm comes true though. A lot of magic damage, has the Aegis available. That's gonna be nice. Sand King dives in to try to keep his +1 safe. They're just gonna have to back away here. I feel like Luna, nice little hex onto the Honey Lisa Elder Titan, but it won't be able to do anything. Nice use of the Satanic there from Gil. Still has the Aegis available, so it doesn't matter if she drops right now. A lot of damage done. Nana's doing a lot of Terrorblade as well.
Double
nice
Ravage.
little Soul Bite doesn't manage to get the portrait to follow that one up, so that's going to be unfortunate. Huge sleep into a huge Ravage. You refresh it, Ravage again. 5 members getting completely changed up on the side of the Dire. But look at Gil, Gil's time to pop off is now. When you funnel into the Luna, this is what she can do. Tidehunter has buyback, but not going to use it because he doesn't have Ravage. Not going to want to do anything right now. They will just back away with the Rexus in the mid lane.
That eclipse, jeez, Gil. With like the first eclipse, I was like, oh, whatever. The second eclipse came out, just shredded them. And great Ravage, 5-man Ravage on 2.
Yeah.
But
it was set up by Honey Lisa. Amazing sleep.
yeah, but at the end of the day, what did they kill? They killed the Grimstroke.
Yep.
It's like guys, I'll get a 5-man Ravage twice. They're like, all right, what are we gonna kill? The position 5. I don't know. I feel like, Gil, why the hell is Gil here?
Why the hell is Gil here? I couldn't tell you, but it's somehow working out. They managed to get out of here. They managed to take down the bot lane Rexus as well. They're slowly starting to break open the base. What options do you have?
I mean, gotta be careful.
That's nice. They do get onto the Pogna. He does not have his Aeon Disc just yet. But Quabs gets popped. BKB gets popped. They will just back out of there. There will just be 1 Rex. But they open up the lane. Going back in though, Honey Lisa gonna get caught, and Honey Lisa is gonna get shredded out completely like a knife to butter. That's what we talked about. No buyback. She's there for 100 seconds. They want to keep this one going. Can they keep the stun lock onto the Terrorblade? Nice heals there from the Pugna, but is it enough? The Pugna gets pressured away. Nana's trying to run away. Has the Sunder. Please use the Sunder. It's not going to be used. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Nana use the Sunder a single time this game so far, but has the Satanic available. She will just chase them away.
2 lanes of Rax going for the Dire side.
Yeah, just one more.
Just
one more.
That is insane. And I mean, look at the Radiant side though. They do have buybacks available for most of their heroes. It's only the Honey Lisa who doesn't have it. And Ex Machina, Book of the Dead. All of the tier 5 items are coming out here. By the way, I always feel like, oh my god, what do they actually do? Book of the Dead is Necronomicon, basically two of them. Ex Machina refreshing all your items. So except Refresher Orb, which is a weird thing.
Yeah.
It gives you like
Which is good, right? That might be a bit broken.
I mean, the whole thing is broken. Like, look at Giant Strength, 35 Strength,
That is true.
and you can walk over. Although I don't know if Giant. I think we want to give the Giant Strength over to the Sand King. Like that feels like
Probably, yeah.
It's like a
You
little.
want Lina to be even more beefy? It's a really big Lina riding a really big mount right now.
And by the way, again, this is another problem for that we talked about for Foxy Gaming.
Yeah.
You
No tier 5s.
Yeah, you're not going to get tier 5s because you're not leaving the base. They're just really huddled in there. They do have buybacks, so they have more buybacks than the enemy, and 94%. Can Foxy Gaming do this? This is... what a game to end it on.
What a game to end it on. It's been a very long one as well. And whoever wins this, you know, it's been a very hard-fought victory.
Like, they earn it.
I'm gonna say I'm leaning a bit towards what's the Dire?
Towards the Dire? Why?
What's the Terminators? I feel like they're looking better right now, right? Like Gil is playing so incredibly well to turn this game around.
I mean, for sure, but I'm leaning towards Foxy because, you know, it's like Attack
You
on
want to see the comeback win.
Yeah, they're Attack on Titans, you know. They're behind the walls the whole time.
They're literally Attack on Titan because Luna right now with the Giant's Ring is actually a Titan.
Gigantic. That Giant Ring is something else. But however...
Luna has 16,000 gold surplus. It's just one of those games.
I'm thinking, like, what is there? There's nothing to buy. You've eaten a moonshot. You've eaten an Aghanims.
He's eating another moonshot. Oh, he's feeding moonshots
You can
to his
feed,
team.
yeah. You can give them.
Yeah, he's feeding moonshots. That's about it, really.
Like, you know, you go to an ally, like, oh, you know, stuff their mouth with a moonshot. There you go. You take a moonshot. I don't really care.
Okay, Roshan is up. This has to be it, surely.
All right, it is another Roshan that has everything, all the goodies.
All the goodies indeed. 50,000 gold lead. Everyone is here, making sure the Roshan drops, making sure they get, like you said, all the goodies. Get the refresher, get the Aghanims. Who still doesn't have an Aghanim for this one? Rana does it. So they're giving that one over to her, maybe?
She has. That's oh, no.
Yeah, she picked that one up.
Oh,
they gave her the Aghanims.
My bad.
So that's gonna be Star Storm on enemies within 500 AoE. Okay, that's cool.
By the way, the buyback cost for Luna is 4,400 gold. So she needs that big bank account if she wants to buy back.
Yeah, for sure. Hang on a second. I don't know how, but Elder Titan just got a Book of the Shadow. That's something. Tidehunter's gonna have that one for themselves.
Alright,
so they have one tier 5 item. That's it. That's all they could pick up.
Oh, but it's pretty good actually. It's like a save if you can use it on someone. We need to get a big grab.
That's it. Last lane of Rex gets cracked open.
They are, you know, taking it slow.
Oh my goodness, 60 minutes game. They're starting to make mistakes. I'm starting to make mistakes. I just kicked my CPU and I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Don't do that. CPU is.
I'm trying not to.
CPU is friend, not food. Oh.
it was a big mistake, but right now look at Gil though, coming right in, trying to close this one out. Pogna's still doing a tremendous amount of damage right now. No way you pop BKB just off that. You have no choice. Forced to back away. Will she just choose to use Satanic on this wave here? There we go. Satanic to heal up off the wave. You have the Guardian Greaves as well. Oh no, Cat Chaser getting caught out a little bit. Are they gonna use the Eclipse? There we go, on to Nana. That's gonna be a lot of damage. No Satanic available just yet. As the Sunder though, we're not up to use it. There we go, used up, but I think that was Lotus off the wave. Very well played. That's gonna be it. Mega Creeps here with the Lunar Glaives. How can he defend against this? Sandstorm comes in, Epicenter comes in, they're going for the dive. Nice little use of the Soulbind, not used the Dark Portrait. Not sure if that one's available. Ravage comes in, hits 5. Double Ravage comes in, hits 5, but no damage available at this time yet. They're gonna take down the Sand King. That's gonna be one. Aeon, this is popped up Miri. Will they be able to get the second? Not quite. Luna gets dropped, but has the Aegis. This could be terribly timed. Luna has to come back alive right now. Has the BKB. Will it be enough though? Eclipse is popped, BKB is popped, Satanic is popped, but she can't hit anything. She doesn't have targets. And this is just gonna be massive turnaround here. Against the Mega Crypt, against the Aegis. Is this gonna be it for Foxy Gaming? Can they do something here?
There's no buyback for either the Sand King or the Grimstroke because they were buying items. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Oh dear, and the double ravage coming in clutch.
Double Ravage huge.
They will have to send someone to defend. By the way, ironically they had to fortify the whole time, but they chose not to fortify the their Raxas. Might be a mistake they're gonna pay for. In the meantime, they could also now get all the tier 5 items they want, or they can push a lane. I wonder which one's the safer option for them.
Definitely need to pick up the tier 5s, but I feel like they kind of want to push as well. At this point, Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave barely has a cooldown. So you're just going to be using that one whenever you can. Wind Waker gets picked up by Mirana. Everyone is just so rich right now.
I mean, when you are literally 50,000 gold more than the other team,
Yeah.
it's not like they have 50,000 gold collectively. Like that's a good amount of gold. They have 50,000 gold more than the enemy. And there you go, Book of the Dead, Seer Stone, incredible item for the Rubik. But you can see like they're having problems with their throne. You know, they gotta get someone to help them out.
Yeah. You have to just keep defending. The good news is they have a lot of wave clear, so that's gonna be fine. But problem is, you know, they're gonna need to really start picking up these boots of travels because they have to stay in base. They need to make sure, you know, they can control the waves. They can be where they need to be on the map. It's just such a tough situation to be in for either one of these teams.
Yeah, but it's like one of the situations where you're like, no matter what. Oh, here we go, Mirana. Oh!
Wind Waker is gonna be very useful here, and then we'll just be able to leap away from that one.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in this situation, there's no easy option. You're gonna suffer no matter what you do.
Yeah, it is suffering all around. And don't forget, the Mirana has the Book of the Dead. The Necronomicon items are gonna be so useful with the Mega Creeps that if you leave your base unattended, you could just lose the game to creeps.
Oh, they gave the Seer Stone to the Pugna, by the way. That's an additional 350 cast range.
As if he needed that.
By the way, if you look at the size of the Life Drain or the size of the Exemplify or the Metal Blast, like, it is huge on the Pugna. So, that's nice, you know?
That is, it's very nice, indeed. What else do they have right now?
Tide Hunter 25, plus 1 second on Ravage. That's an additional 2 seconds with the Refresher. So that...
Yeah, that's gonna be really nice, the extra stun there.
That adds up to a whole lot, you know? They might actually consider also giving the Ceremonial Robe. That adds an additional 0.7 seconds to both of them. So...
Oh man, look at the use of the Seer Stone, revealing the map there for the Radiant.
It's like we know exactly where, like, you Sandstorm, we'll just reveal that area. We don't care.
Yeah, we can see you. There's nowhere for you to hide. You're always in danger. But what can they really do right now if they want to be proactive? Look at the Necronomicon creeps just slowly whittling down that turret.
Well,
slowly but surely, they're trying to just whittle down the base.
Oh, that's terrible.
Just hit the base instead. I'm not sure why they're hitting terribly. Just hit the. Surely you just hit the base. Eclipse does not get popped just yet. They're looking for angles. They're gonna break down the last standing structure in the game. Thought was used, but that's a poor timing for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, like they can just hit the tower. The cool thing about Luna is that even though she's great at taking multiple structures, one structure is slightly less useful. Oh, that's a stun.
Oh, nice stun on the Queen of Pain, but I think she has A on this. That's Ravage 1 getting used. Refresher, Ravage 2 getting used. They do catch all the targets that matter, but look at the damage coming in from the Luna, from the Queen of Pain. That's going to be enough. Buyback's coming through. Thank you, buys back. Rubik buys back. Gil is doing so much damage right now. Has to stay standing to keep alive as well. Nana is going to get taken down extremely low. Has to stay standing himself. The heals of the partner too. But look at Hazel on the backline, threatening constantly. That's going to be Luna dropping. The buyback's coming through. Terribly buying back. Luna buying back. But they don't care. They're just going for the base. They're going for the troll. They want to just end the game. Is it going to be enough? They have the global Luna blessing. That's going to be Wind Waker on Mirana to just get out of there. But they just need 2 more hits on the throne. And there we go. That's it. At the end of the day, it was a war of attrition. It took us forever. But eventually, they managed to close out the game.
That is insane. At the last second, holy crap. The buyback, they go straight for the throne. Ninja died once on Pugna as a 70-minute game. Like, that is, look at that, 15 months. I know that they lost on that, and congratulations to me, but Foxy Gaming was so good with that. That is insane. Yep. Oh my god. Look at the net worth of some of these heroes. 50,000.
Just ridiculous amounts, really.
Like, you gotta support Grimstroke at 20,000 net worth. It is insane the amount, like, what each team was able to bring to the table. Foxy Gaming, if you look at the graph, I think they had the advantage early on. Look at the graph, like, they were ahead. Like the graphs looks very small now, but at the time,
They were very ahead, to be honest, back then, until they threw with the tier 2s.
by the way,
They were very ahead.
I like how because the other team is 50,000 ahead, even at like 10,000 lead looks nothing. Like that's like a small bump.
They ended the game 50,000 ahead. Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you know, it is one of those things.
yeah, just classic 70-minute Dota. And oh, so I mean, huge congrats to Terminator. I thought they were going to win the grand final in general, but Foxy Gaming Game 2 hits really hard, and Game 3 was a 70-minute slugfest. Wow.
They put on a really good fight. And I mean, you gotta give props to Foxy Gaming. They played 2 best of 3s today to the full duration. And he still managed to come out here and put on a fight in the last game.
With like 3 of those games going above an hour. Like, you know, you play 6 games, 3 of them above an hour. That's insane. Like, well done to them. And well earned for Terminator. You know, they deserved it. But Foxy Gaming coming in second looks amazing.
Definitely grinded it out there from the start of Terminator. They didn't drop a game until today, where they dropped 1 game in the grand finals. So definitely very dominant stuff there from them. But yeah, like you mentioned, Foxy Gaming gave them a run for their money. Congratulations to our new champions, and commiserations to Foxy Gaming, second place.
Yep, they win.
Not too bad.
They win FSL Open 3, and with that, we want to close the show out. We want to thank Intel and Yahoo for making this tournament possible. It's again amazing that we have these tournaments that are for women. You can see the game quality that we can get. Like this is what we want.
Really good games, yeah.
We want more of these. Like these are great. So yeah, thanks for Intel and Yahoo for making them possible. We want to also thank the whole production for for giving us a great show, making sure everything runs on time. All the players for participating. I want to also shout out to Omo and Sophie for being here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. All the viewers, you guys were amazing. And that's FSL Open 3. Hopefully we have an SFL Open 4, and we'll see you guys then. And have a good night. Stay safe.